evening, everybody. We are here with the first episode of UHLA. It's going to be interesting. Let's go ahead. And did it work? Sick.
Yes.
Yes.
It did.
That was
It was
definitely
not...
4 hours not wasted.
Y'all don't know, man. He was mad last night. He was like,
so
I'm trying and this is not working.
All right, let's go around the table and introduce some folks. Let's start with Clay.
So you want me to just say who I am or who
Go
I'm
ahead.
playing as well?
We'll do both. For
All right.
everybody.
Clay, aka Terminally Nerdy. And I'll be playing Timothy Irwin.
Yes. And then we next have MK.
Hi, I'm MK, and I am playing Shinji Binji.
Bingy Bingy. Up next we have Grum's Workshop.
Hello, and this is Grum, and I'm playing. Are we saying the hero name or the?
Your name.
Your character name.
Oh, Caroline. No, but it looks like it says something else.
Kind of squished.
It got kind of squished. Up next we got CD Guanzon.
Hi, I'm Guanzon, and I will be playing RJ de Guzman.
Sweet. With old Arlie, or Azakare, whichever.
Hi, we'll go with Arlie, short for Arlian. I'm playing Pascal Florence. Not going to end up like my other characters, maybe. I think. I hope.
Maybe. And last but not least, Shell.
Hi, I'm Shellbutt. I'm playing Aquinas, the creepy squid girl.
I love Sav. Okay, so all of our intrepid heroes, or would-be heroes, I should say, have passed their entrance exam and are about to be starting their first day of school. The campus seems very open, bustling. There's a lot of students coming in and out. Because you all knew each other, you actually arrive at basically the same time, kind of going in a big group. Anything you guys want to say to each other since the last time you saw each other?
Whoa, punks! Long time no see!
What do you mean? It was like 3 weeks ago you came over to my house for my birthday.
Long time no see! 3 weeks is a long time, punk!
We're going to have to work on your perception of time, Shinji.
That was like yesterday, though, wasn't it?
And yours.
Listen,
Hi.
I'm pretty sure I have
Oh, yeah.
spun 3,000 times since last time I saw you, so
So then, like, one time, right?
maybe.
Definitely.
That's a lot of spins.
How are you,
Oh.
Carolyn?
Just had to calm my little sister down. She's not used to. She's kind of afraid that I'm gonna hurt myself. But I keep trying to remind her, this is the best school, best hero school. But what can I say? She's too attached.
Well, we should probably start hurrying. We don't want to be late for our first day.
It's good that you have someone that cares about you so much, though.
Well, you guys will be late. And then I teleport myself. Teleport myself so I can get through class faster.
I'm going to jump a little right when she leaves and go, oh, I hate it when she does that.
Oh.
Shinji will and start running.
Aquinas
I'm
just
gonna- I'm-
casually
My
walks.
giant my book bag, you know, like,
It's like twice the size you are.
pretty much. I have to have all the books just in case.
Pascal doesn't have to worry about being on time.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, at some point, as people are, like, getting to class, there's just this weird sense of the world sort of rushing faster around you for a second. It's like, ugh.
That was
What
weird.
was that?
Are you
Y'all
proceeding
felt
normally, Guzman? Or are you just...
I think since everyone else is booking it, I will also book it.
Well, I'm booking it in the sense of
He's trying to, like...
as only a tiny 5-foot little rail thin nerd can, you know, hump a backpack twice his size.
Aquinas is just
Mhm.
like just walking
Coordinate.
casually like it's nothing. She'll inevitably be the last one there, probably more than likely.
Oh,
Just chill. Chill waves.
She's chillaxing.
Never worried about anything.
well, surprisingly, despite despite the fact that we've gotten a little sidetracked and the campus is significantly larger than you would think it would be, you do manage to find your class in relative good time. A couple of the other students are kind of shuffling in. Everything, like, the bell rings, and there's still no teacher.
Oh.
Should we suggest to sit next to each other if there's no assigned seating? I would love that.
Aquinas,
Timothy's gonna be center. He's ready
Aquinas
for
sits
this.
beside Caroline.
Who's the
Shinji
instructor
sits
supposed to be?
beside Timothy.
Are you asking
do
her? Are you asking her?
I would be behind
Pascal, or-
Timothy.
I mean, does anyone know who's the instructor supposed to be? This seems a little familiar. Also, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm actually gonna like peek out from behind my giant book bag. Hello.
You wanna come sit next to us?
Because it's like right in front of me, and I'm just like peeking over the top, like I know where to put this.
Yeah, sure. I don't really know anyone here.
There
So,
does
yeah,
appear
that sounds good.
one like female student who's kind of like, I believe it's supposed to be. Oh,
Oh no.
Oh,
no door
I
opened.
hear the laugh. I jump.
No door opened. Just suddenly there's the teacher in the classroom.
I recognize this from the presentation then. It's just, oh no.
Oh,
You
no.
very much recognize it from the presentation. There is a rather, what's the right word? Muscle-bound individual at the head of the class.
Yeah, I'm now hiding behind the backpack.
A chiseled flamboyant Adonis.
Good morning, students.
Good
I hope-
morning.
I hope you're enjoying your first day. I'm surprised to see some of you, but I'm not exactly the one who makes the decisions. Oh well.
I think I start crying.
We appreciate the vote of non-confidence.
Oh, there's
Good
like
morning.
Timothy's gonna peek out from the side and go,
he oddly enough doesn't seem to be looking at any of you when he says that. He's looking out at like the rest of the class.
Oh
yeah, like Timothy's just gonna look around the side and go, please don't scare me.
It's just a gentle cry then.
He does kind of like peer over to you guys and wait. Where are your pins?
It's right here.
I'm
She pulls out a
immediately
bag
gonna
of
start
pens.
searching my giant backpack for a pin.
It is really, in an important place at my home. Yes. Mm-hmm.
He kind of glares down at you. This is acceptable. You have treasured it as you should.
Just
Aquinas
like
just
internally,
pulled out-
like, oh, thank God. I'm not going to tell him I'm using it to prop up some books in my bookcase.
I'm gonna find whatever pin, I guess, and I'm just gonna pull it and go here.
Aquinas pulls out a pen, P-E-N.
Is that what you pulled out, Erwin?
Shinji definitely.
No, I pulled a pin
Whatever
out,
he gets them.
like this. It's just like a generic like wrestling pin. Like, is this the thing that you want? I didn't get anything. Please don't be mad.
I'll have to blame the mail system.
If it helps.
Did any of
it's
you
too
get
hard to
anything?
miss.
Wait, that's the
It's-
pin that we get like when we receive our acceptance letter, right?
It was a pin of his face because
Mhm.
he seemed particularly proud of you lot.
Oh,
what
were
was
we
it that
supposed to
said
do that?
when it did something when you pressed it? I think, as I recall.
It just
Yeah,
Oh, you
it
said that to
reads
my
when
home,
you
I would-
throw it, which is why Pascal is like, yeah, it's in a really.
Timothy legit just assumes he didn't get it. His parents probably threw it out.
Caroline will raise her hand and go, sorry, teacher, I didn't know I was supposed to keep it. I gave it to my sister.
Oh.
See, Timothy's parents probably opened the letter, looked at it, and went, "Well, this is trash." Remember,
If you said
they're
like-
rich. They don't like listen to the common things. They're like, whatever.
If you said that
Here
to
you
my
go,
home, I
son.
won't see it for a long time.
Some of the other students are kind of like eyeing this interaction like,
We didn't get pins.
you didn't get pins.
I think if he looks too closely at me, I cry harder.
Oh, it's okay, RJ. It's okay.
Right.
I didn't know where he put it.
Aquinas
I
is
never
gonna
got it. I don't even know what it is.
Aquinas is gonna get up, walk to RJ, and like sit down and just like calmly like pet his shoulder a little bit.
Stupid. And then he's gonna like dig another pin. That's another wrestling thing. It's like stupid rip jaw.
Very well. I suppose we should start with the basics. Everyone get changed into your gym clothes and meet me outside. You have 15 minutes.
Should I be in my quirk or no?
You'll be using your quirks and whatever tools you require for that. Yes.
Okay.
I am absolutely changed in 2 minutes, and then taking the rest of the 13 minutes to wipe the tears out of my eyes before heading out.
How sensitive you are! It's so cute.
I'm So the now question virus.
Yes.
The sports uniforms, are they designed with our quirk in mind, or are they generic?
For the most part, they're generic. You were assigned a particular one.
So that it'll
Yeah.
it'll work
Yours
with
is
what-
like
okay.
yours is like a spandex version.
Okay.
After I finish changing my gym clothes, and when I see RJ crying, I'm gonna offer some of my tissue so he can wipe his tears.
I'm gonna stand there very much just like not like because everyone is clearly taller than me. I was gonna stand there in my little nervousness because mine's obviously like almost like a wrestling trunk, so it's cut off here and cut off. I look ridiculous compared to everybody else. This little skinny man.
Please tell me it's like total 80s and 90s fantasy, like the workout like videos.
Best way I can describe it is if you've seen Ryback, it's Ryback's style. So just like a tank top and then like cut off legs.
Yeah.
So basically, I've got bare legs from the knees down and completely bare arms, but I'm this little, skinny ass, 5
Scrawny
foot tall,
boy.
scrawny boy, in something that really he probably shouldn't be wearing. It'll make sense, Saverick, the Ryback description.
I mean, the overall description of just wearing something you shouldn't be wearing sort of describes my fashion sense in general, but continue.
I'm going to stay, by the way, close to RJ and Shinji, kind of like behind them,
That's fair.
Yep. Just
and
gonna
then
do the-
follow them, basically follow them around the tiny little, like, nervous one.
This
Alright.
whole nervous one. Oh.
So y'all get changed. And he told you to meet you outside. You head out the doors from the changing area, and there's a rather large courtyard that seems to have a bunch of like equipment already set up.
What kind of equipment?
There is like a wooden post with like a rope and bell.
Oh
type
yay,
thing.
climbing.
There also appears to be some slight obstacle course set up. It's also out near the track, and apparently this place decides to have the track and the swimming pool fairly close.
Hey.
So what you're saying is don't eat snacks and then drown while cramping. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
Sounds accurate.
Do not do that.
Accurate.
It's just Pascal like having stashed snacks in his pocket and being like, oh.
upon seeing all this, because I'm behind RJ and Shinji, you guys will probably hear me go, okay, Ripjaw. Okay. You'll come out soon. Because I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah, Ripjaw's gonna come out? Alright.
Aquinas is literally not paying anybody any mind. She's just looking.
I'm going to look up at Shinji and go, do you think I could do that?
I think you could do anything you put your mind to. Timothy? Oh, come on, punk. Don't be such a punk like that. And Shinji, by the way, the whole time they're walking, Shinji's doing like those lunging steps. He's like stretching his legs, getting all excited and bouncy.
I'm gonna look at the class and I'm like, I'm concerned for two of our classmates. We have RJ who cries and then Timmy who shakes.
They'll be okay.
Pascal, as you're kind of looking around, you do recognize one of the other students coming out. He kind of seems to be like shielding his eyes. His hair is all like a mess. He looks like he kind of just woke up out of bed and didn't really know how to do anything. His clothes are kind of like halfway on. They're partially backwards.
It's just like this look of like trying to be friendly and just completely failing.
No.
Hi, Armin.
Hi. It's Pascal? Oh no, that's not it. It's Pascal. Pascal. Yes.
Yeah.
Timothy's going to watch this interaction when he hears it. Like,
Yep.
So have you hurt yourself recently? And his eyes just like go wide, like, oh no. What did I just say? Not like that. No, not that.
Really nice talking to you.
He just like
Tapping.
he seems really, really defeated.
tapping Shinji, RJ, and then Carolyn and Aquinas and pointing like,
Yeah, really looking forward to working with you here again.
I don't think he's looking forward to it at all.
You think?
By the way,
Said, though.
Timothy, you kind of feel like a poke on your side, kind of near your pocket, but there's nothing there. Your pocket feels a little bit heavier.
I'm gonna check my pocket.
It just appears to be like a piece of hard candy and like a little note saying "Welcome to the school."
That's for later. Candy is delicious.
I mean, I only heard the tail end of that, yes.
The candy lady has graced us, yes.
Oh. Most of the other students come out towards like the tail end of it.
Is Pascal kind of near us in the group?
Oh,
or-
he's like so how Pascal's proximity is very slowly inching away from Armand. So it's like, just being civil, and then it's nodding and like eye contact, but his body just sort of shifts ever so slightly, like it's just other people between me and him.
I'm gonna kind of sidle over to Pascal and tap him, and go, "What's wrong with that guy?" By the way, I'm probably looking up at you like.
It's not actually that tall, but it's not like a huge difference. But he's like, it's complicated. Hope you don't get him for team building exercises. Gonna say that. Yeah. before any exercise, really. He just looks like he's getting close to crying there. Just,
Please don't cry. We already have one person who cries. We don't need two.
There's another kid who's kind of got like
normal thing.
oh yeah, another one of the students with like spiky orange hair is kind of just like, he said to meet us out here in 15. What took you so long? He's just standing in front of the obstacle course. How does he keep doing that?
I don't like this.
There's like a pause, and then there's like a.
Now
Just
then,
I will not be hiding behind Pascal.
you are or
I'm
you
peeking
aren't?
out. I am, and I'm peeking out around him. Like,
Ooh. Now
I
then,
don't like it when he
Does like a slightly heroic stance for a second, because he has someone peeking around. He's like, briefly for a moment, I'm like an actual hero.
oh,
It is vaguely reminiscent of the Star Wars poster.
vaguely reminiscent.
for that brief moment, it was like there's light from behind it. Anime sparkles.
Now, unfortunately, with how normal schools work, you aren't allowed to truly express your uniqueness via your quirk. So, what we're going to try to figure out is your limits.
I will perk up at this, like,
Now Aquana starts tuning in.
She starts what?
I said, now Aquana starts tuning in.
It's like, I seriously, it's like limits. It's like sort of looking perplexed when thinking about himself, and then side looks over at Arvin and is like, wait, the limits of no. No, it just pales. Like,
We've set up a variety of different activities to see how you best implement your abilities. Try not to disappoint me. First up, 100-meter dash. He kind of just sits. Again, there wasn't a chair, and then suddenly there's a chair. And he just sits.
That's hilarious.
RJ's gonna go for it.
We'll start with pairs of 2.
I've already gone.
That's it. So Guzman is getting to the start line. I see we have our first volunteer.
Like I've already started spinning and I'm already going down.
he is ready. He is ready. Like,
you know what? Just for the sake of it, Guzman, go ahead and give me just a roll with whatever quick dice you have. So like
Alright.
2 plus your quick.
Alright, where's my sheet? Quick is 1. So what am I rolling? Sorry.
You're rolling 3d6 total.
9.
remember,
Looks like it's actually a 4.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 9
worries.
2. Or sorry.
Oh no.
So a 5.
It's 5. Yeah.
Good enough.
Sorry.
Before you could run like, or you kind of beat out your old 100-meter record by a significant margin. You're just over enthusiastic. Not bad.
When he says
Alright.
over enthusiastic, the tears start, but then not bad just brings him back.
Just, I'm fine.
He's like, okay,
do this in
I did
pairs.
it. I did it. I did it.
If we're supposed
If
to
no
do
one
this in
else is
pairs-
going to volunteer, Pascal,
Timothy.
Hi.
get to the start line. I
Right.
see we have. Look, kind of pulls up a notepad and is like flipping through it. Aquinas as well. Right.
Right.
Good luck,
This is-
Aquinas.
I would kindly,
good
I would
luck,
kindly
new
actually ask
person.
Aquinas that you wait for Pascal to go. As I
Okay.
understand that it would not quite
Yeah.
work.
Okay, let's do the thing, I guess. And it's just like everyone else is just like he's just jittering in place now, which he seems a little sort of jumpy to start with, but now it's a hell of a lot faster. And as I recall for that ability, while it's on, that each one level of it counts as more quickness dice.
Yes.
Oh god,
For the sake of
damn
it.
I'm going to be
Okay.
studying him intently.
Yeah, I mean, study away.
Yeah. So
Jesus!
you're all
Is that
watching
12?
you're all
Yeah,
watching
it is a
Pascal,
12.
and like he kind of starts jittering in place, and then suddenly he's just at the 100-meter mark.
Alright, Flash.
So Pascal, do you wanna go ahead and say what your quirk actually is for the audience?
So Pascal has the ability to essentially slow down or speed up time. The thing is, though, the reason why he wasn't able to have Aquinas run alongside him is he cannot actually control the area of effect. It affects everyone near him, including if they're trying to hurt him. He will speed them up or slow them. Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh my god!
It doesn't discriminate. It affects everyone near him one way or the other.
So is the AoE.
And would you
Yeah,
like to say your quirk name, or should I?
you can say it.
Mercury.
Mercury? Like the
Gotta
element?
have. Well, Mercury's other name is Quicksilver.
Yes.
Oh!
Mercury was also, I believe, the Roman version of
Hermes, I think.
Hermes, Speed,
Yep.
Messenger, yeah. Also,
So I put it in the
Christian
the
should
middle of that.
say his because he did
should.
spin to win. So he should explain his too,
That's so cool.
if we're doing that.
RJ de Guzman.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So my quirk is Spin Revolution. And for my 100-meter dash, I basically do super fast cartwheels all the way down. And what my quirk lets me do is just spin at really high speeds.
He's
So
a human
what you're
Beyblade.
saying is,
Mhm.
it's even better if we're both side by side, because we're both Speedy Boys, and I make Speedy Boys faster Speedy Boys.
Yep.
Oh.
Combo move!
Oh, Dad never thought
He
of
spins
that.
at the speed of light and is able to cut
There's
through
a-
steel beams.
It sounds like a great idea until you get to the actual downside of that, which will probably happen.
I just got a really good idea, but I want to talk about it offline.
If you set RJ up, his brains would leak out of his ear.
God.
Like,
Oh, I want to give spoilers to the other downside, but I'm like, nah, it'll be good.
All right.
Also, definitely when Shinji saw
Jan.
Pascal go from one end to the other, he's gonna go to Caroline and be like, "Whoa, he can teleport just like you, bro. You guys are power buddies."
Wow!
Do I recognize that it wasn't teleport with my knowledge hero information?
Like, as a base, yes, but you can go ahead and, like, since you don't know what exactly his thing does, you can go ahead and make a hero check. And
I go like, well, I don't feel special
12.
now.
God damn.
so yeah, you can gather that he just kind of sped himself up. You're not entirely sure what the weird, like, distortion was, but you can see that all the, like, dust from the actual track has, like, scorched up.
I'm gonna tap Shinji and go, it's not teleporting.
would Aquinas have
It's-
done the same thing?
It's speed. But I don't know how he's doing it.
Because she
Maybe
has
it's time related?
Could just be super speed. That is a
I
thing.
was gonna say, you did notice that, like, some of the dust coming out around him seemed to kind of, like... It kind of altered really weird. Like, when it was immediately behind him in the split second, it was, like, coming out super fast, and then it just decelerated a lot faster than it should have.
Might be time related.
With
Needs
that,
more
with that
study.
check anyway, you can.
And I'm gonna pull out a little notebook and start writing.
I'm rooting for you, Aquinas.
All right, Aquinas and Armand.
Oh, oops, I hit a button.
Yeah, I'm getting a safe distance.
What, I'm
By the
rolling
guy
it-
making the notes, I'm just like, this is a good distance.
What do I roll again?
Any or 2d6 plus any extra quick that you have, which I don't know if you have
I have agile and dex.
You do not have quick, so just
Oh,
2d6. However,
Sweet.
if you can, before you roll that, if you can give me some type of way that you are using your quirk to assist you go faster on this, then I might give you
I don't think
some
I can think
bonus.
of anything.
You can't think of anything?
Nah, I can't try dice yet, so nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do two. But like, even whether this does good or bad, you see Aquinas, who's normally very airheaded and like not really paying attention, she gets very serious very quickly. And then by the time she gets done, then
Hey, got a
that's
4.
not bad.
You did slightly better than you normally would, because you're very, very serious, but it's still fairly normal on that end.
You know, that's fair enough. I'm not very quick. And the second she gets done, it goes back to like just studying the clouds. Checking out the pool.
Now the secondary part. Let me just double check something real quick. 'Cause this might be bad. Oh, it's bad.
Oh no.
So part of the reason in particular that you did better is, for some reason, Armand, who was right next to you, the messy boy, he started to run, immediately fell, and like pushed you forward, which just launched you forward a bit more. But he's kind of just crumpled on the floor and like slowly getting over there.
Do
Oh,
I remember this kid?
You do. You
Okay.
recognize. You know exactly who he is.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is my favorite.
if I get done
Me
but
just-
before he's at the finish line, she's gonna turn around and go, "Come on, you can do it! I believe in you! I believe in you!" And then goes back to being airheaded.
He manages to get through. It takes him, surprisingly, for 100 meter, it takes him a minute, like a legitimate minute, because he keeps falling over and tripping over himself.
You can do
I'm gonna
it.
try to figure out if I can what he's all about. Witnessing all
Shinji's
of
cheering
this.
for him.
So far, go ahead and roll the dice. But
6.
so far, you honestly don't know if you've seen him use a quirk. He just seems really, really unlucky.
Poor kid.
Unlucky.
Oddly enough, when he does get up, like, even though he doesn't really seem all that scuffed up, but when he gets up, he's kind of like, that's actually faster than normal.
Oh.
Poor kid.
Mm.
Whoa.
Did Aquinas just walk her way down?
Like, Aquinas ran down the track, but just probably
She
was like
super
like
gentle,
walking next to him, just like, it's okay.
Sounds about right for her.
Super supportive mom figure. Come on, honey, you can do it. I believe in you.
All
Immediately
right,
Yes.
Caroline and Victor.
You can do it, Caroline. I mean, you should be able to.
I'm not even gonna.
Oh
try-
wait, are we not gonna let the Aquinas describe her quirk?
She didn't use it,
She hasn't used it yet.
That's right.
so nobody knows what she's all about yet.
I'm gonna raise my hand to catch the teacher's attention.
Hmm,
Sir,
yes.
is this an competitive manner, or are we allowed to cooperate?
It is mostly for your individual purposes. I would highly suggest you do not with the others.
Ah, okay.
Otherwise, how will they know what their limits are?
That's true. Okay, thank you. Well, see you right there, and I'll touch myself and teleport myself to the mark.
As
Or we can
as
pretend
the student that was next to you kind of has like bushy curly hair and he just seems to be like staring. Like he looks left, looks back over at you. Okay. Are you going to start or not, Victor? Oh, right, all right. And like just kind of runs. Doesn't really seem to be doing too much. But he's making progress.
I mean,
I will be keeping an
Can't
eye
be
out for
that
any
environment.
quirk usage. I'm cataloging the students.
it cannot be as bad as Armand. We found the bottom.
Yeah, while I'm standing by the
surprisingly,
end,
yes.
I'm gonna cheer for Victor. Like, you can do it!
I love how supportive we
Yeah.
are.
I'll say, he makes it, he seems to be a little bit, like, not really out of breath, but just the winded from, the run, because he was hauling. Caroline, when he gets near you, you kind of feel a little bit winded as well. And he kind of, oh, right. Sorry about that.
Ugh, what happened?
I was trying to see if I could use it to help me go any faster, but I guess I didn't really think of how that would affect once I got here. Oh well.
Oh,
He just kind of smiles at you. Sorry if there was any inconvenience. Also, Caroline, do you want to tell what your quirk
well,
is?
I'm gonna ask him first how his quirk worked.
Oh, I kind of can just affect other people around me with whatever I'm feeling.
Oh, that can be useful.
He just smiles. I'm hoping so.
It definitely will be. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that the quirk name is Touch and Go. A line of sight, touch-based teleportation quirk. Once Caroline touches something or someone, she can teleport her target to any place she has in her sight. It's the Touch and Go service.
Hashtag not mad.
And you're wonderful.
I'm just picturing them as like the best part timer.
I mean, I wanted to say it like how present, Mike said it, but I can't do that.
Touch and go.
Nobody can match present Mike's energy.
I
Still
can maybe
something,
give a
though.
run for the money if I try.
Oh, God.
All right. This time it will be Shinji and Timothy.
Okay.
Shinji was glowing. Now he is ecstatic. he is ready to
Eat,
go.
eat.
You're probably gonna beat him. No,
I'm
no,
I'm gonna beat you, Timothy. Just you
I'm not-
wait, man. It's gonna be the rivalry of the century.
I'm not running.
Shush.
Timothy's gonna walk. As Timothy's walking to the start line, people start hearing him having a one-sided conversation. Like, no, yes, no, yes, I know you like Shinji. Yes, you can try to beat Shinji. No, you cannot suplex Shinji. That's not the time for this. Yes, we'll watch the pay-per-view this weekend. Yes. Okay, we will do the thing you want me to do. He's like twitchy a little bit. When I get to the start line, I'm assuming Shinji's just gonna be ready to go because you're not.
Yeah, Shinji's gonna be ready to go, and also he's gonna give Timothy plenty of space as well.
Well, yeah, because you know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So Timothy's gonna look like he's psyching himself up, and then he's gonna go, "This is really dumb, but okay." And then he's gonna like do the whole like arms open, head up, scream, and as he screams, he starts shifting. So for those of you at home, the little 5 foot tall, super skinny nerd kid starts growing, bulking up. His skin starts going gray. He starts getting green scales all over him. His face elongates, and by about a second later, there is now a 9.5 foot tall alligator man. And he's going, and he's screaming, and he's like, "Yes! Was that awesome, Shinji? Was it awesome?
That was so freaking awesome!
Yeah, it's
then
just like
Shinji's
when
gonna,
Captain
like-
Insano comes out to the ring. It's
He's just gonna hold up his arm for a sick high five. It'll probably hurt him, but he's ready for it.
Oh yeah, because he's not gonna gauge his strength at all. He's just gonna go wham!
Ah!
Is the water boy now Boku no Hero canon?
Yes.
Compliments
At least for our Boku no Hero.
I'm gonna get on all fours and get ready to run.
Also, do you want to do your quirk now or at the end?
I can do it now since I showed it, or you haven't shown yours. Gator. Timothy has a split personality named Ripjaw. And Ripjaw is a giant alligator man.
9-foot alligator man.
Basically, Timothy's the brains, Ripjaw's the bronze. They are distinct personalities that can communicate.
And cooperate.
It's like
Sometimes.
the dude in Venom.
Kind of.
Less brain eating, I hope.
Now, Ripjaw's just a real big fan of wrestling. Real
Can
big fan.
Less brain eating, more suplexing.
Sorry, I got too excited. Can I explain how Shinji is going to do this?
Absolutely.
In fact, I'd be pissed if you didn't.
Shinji is going to stand with his toes as close to the start line as possible. And whenever they go, he like goes to hit the go button, he's just going to lean forward and launch with like a shotgun like sort of thing. So he's going to extend his shins all the way into the finish line so he can touch the finish line with his fingertips. Maybe if I roll low, maybe it'll just be like him sliding.
Oh my god, the burn!
Okay.
The road rat burn!
So, go ahead and roll any quick nonsense you have.
Okay, I forgot how to do this. I have 2 quick.
So you would
the-
roll. You would personally roll like 4d6 if you were just doing quick. So yeah, 4d6.
46.
And you take the highest and
Oh,
add doubles.
well, okay then.
Yeah, okay. Boom!
Do I launch beyond?
Uh, you kind of like start prepping it, and he said, or the teacher says, "Go," and all of a sudden, just legs shot out, and you are within that finish line within probably like 2 seconds.
Hell yeah.
Just
I got a 5.
Hell yeah.
Ripjaw does pretty decently. You definitely cut down your time by at least like a third.
I probably tore up the track a bit too, but Ripjaw
A little bit.
Ripjaw wouldn't really care.
That's not his fault. It'll be alright.
The teacher kind of like, that's kind of expected.
Alright, I'm gonna stay in Ripjaw form now and just tromp over and then look at Pascal.
Also, Shinji,
Hi.
do you want to do your quirk or should I?
I would love to explain my
Shins for
quirk.
days.
Okay, go for
it. So Shinji's quirk is called Leg Up. And what he can do, and I have this wonderful little illustration.
I don't know
that
that
he
it's gonna
can-
show up very well.
He can extend his shins, and only his shins, for like ever, very powerfully. So the rest of his body is like proportionate, and then his shins can just like extend forever, basically.
He's got a hell of a kick.
He's got a hell of a kick.
Also, Shinji, on your way back, you notice one of the students kind of like, oh, interesting.
And Shinji's gonna.
They're very like monotone and kind of just. They're kind of droopy, but they're just very monotone.
Is their name
Okay.
For Army?
No.
So I think
Oh my god.
I'd want to be on Shinji's team if we played basketball. Them dunks.
Oh, most of the other students go. There's not really any particular outliers that seem to be doing very well, at least not in the 100-meter. There is... It's a fetish. Damn it. Okay. There is only one set that seems to do particularly well in this group. It's oddly enough the one who was very monotone and seemed to be like very intrigued by your shin stretching, Shinji. And then there's another kid who's kind of, let me go relook at the notes real quick. He's kind of got like the surfer hair. It's just kind of stretched up. He seems to be pretty like laid back, not really paying attention to anything. That one, when he goes to start, just kind of slides all the way down the track. Isn't even running, just starts one glide and just glides all the way to the finish.
Wait, like a Gumby slide or a seal?
Kind of like Gumby slide.
Okay, that's better.
Okay, because like my first like mental image was please let it be a lack of like friction, like ice skating, and not like he just became so oily and just slid.
Like,
I'm trying to put that image in my head.
Timothy /
Love
Ripjaw can always like do checks for that. Or some of you can
Ripjaw
always
is
do that.
completely not paying attention.
I had a feeling. And then the other one, the kind of monotone one, just kind of like when they were prepping, just kind of stretched back and their arms were like extending as their body just contorted and kind of cannonball launches themselves to the end.
So he's got stretchy arms?
He seems to just stretch in general.
Not Mr. Incredible. Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
After everyone's done, he kind of click. All right. Oh, someone has a cat. Fumble.
It's fumble.
Yeah, it's fumble. All right. Next up, the rope climb. You have to climb the rope and ring the bell. He kind of looks around for a second. Armand seems to kind of be like going up first, and you go last.
Poor Armand.
It's okay, Armand.
Ripjaw will be like, I'll do this one first.
Thanks.
You might break the rope.
You assume I'm gonna use the rope? I got claws!
Do we have extra rope?
Don't worry, I can procure extra rope.
I'm going to climb by just digging my claws in and just...
Go ahead and do any, like, strength thing if you want. I think you got some stuff. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I've got strength.
I'm pretty sure.
2, 4, 6.
Good enough. You climb up in pretty good hurry, and you like ring the bell, and it kind
And
of...
then I do a wrestler pose.
You ding, 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 and it, like, cracks off the top of it.
Oh god.
And then you just...
And then just jump down.
I kind of had a feeling that would happen. He kind of, like, brings up a phone. Pocket, yes, could you... Thank you. And just reaches into his pocket, and he just has another bell, and then it's just on top of the thing again.
I think my pancakes this morning had some drugs. I'm not sure.
I would certainly hope not.
I hope not. I don't like drugs.
Alright, any other volunteers, or should I start
I will.
enlisting?
I'll
Call
go.
them tolding people.
Alright.
So to prepare, she's gonna unscrew her little satchel thing that she has her water in, and like puts water, like kind of like coating her hands a little bit, almost like gloves, in order to have like some friction, so it's not just dry. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when your hands are wet, you have that extra grippiness
Okay.
to it. That.
Okay.
Okay. So what do I roll? Do I add
Ooh.
anything to it, or just no?
Let me take a look at what you got.
I'm like super great, dude. Like
For that, I was about to say, for that, I'll give you an extra d6, so go ahead and roll 3d6.
Look at me go, guys! Hey! Oh.
You got a 6?
Hey!
That's pretty good.
It's not
Uh,
bad.
You do manage to climb up in relatively good time.
Sorry.
Damn it,
I
Severick.
forget how to camera sometimes.
Damn it, Severick.
Oh
Okay, you climb up in relatively good time. And you manage to ring the bell without any problems. You have managed to do this faster than you did before. You probably cut down, not by like too terribly much, because it's just helping you grip more than anything. But
no! Yeah.
cut it down by like an 1/8.
Hey, that's a little bit.
So would you like to explain your quirk now that you've actually used it?
Sure. So basically, without having another word for it, I can manipulate water, kind of like a waterbender. And so, for now, she can manipulate water at a pretty decent level, and she can't. I swear to God, babies. I love it when Severick argues with a bot. Like, just GG's. If needed, which she doesn't like to do, she can draw moisture from the air to create water to, like, do stuff with, but, like... Severick? Why? Just, no. Now I'm not gonna be able to, like, unsee that.
Okay.
I mean, okay, it could have been worse. He could have been like, so does that make you the Mister of Moistness?
You're banned. Just ban Hammer. You're gone. I hate you guys so much. But yes, I'm basically a waterbender. She can, like, not to a boil or to a freeze, but she can slightly manipulate. Oh my god. She can manipulate the temperature a little bit. Like, she can make it mildly uncomfortable. That's about it. So.
Makes
High
taking a
five.
bath easy, I'm sure.
Oh my god, do you know
That's-
how much I would I would love that. But anyway, yes, that,
Oh man, just
yeah.
making sure the bath water never gets cold.
Yeah.
I love baths. And I need yes.
Okay.
Maverick's getting angry, guys.
Anyone
That's
else
food animal.
volunteering, or is he just picking people at random?
Shinji will go next.
That's cheating though, man.
I mean,
So-
that's quite
Go,
awesome.
go, Shinji Power! Go, Shinji Power!
Go gadget legs.
Yeah. It's my only go-go gadget.
Speaking of Shinji, how exactly are you going to go about attempting to ring this bell?
Does Shinji have to touch the rope? Does Shinji have to do anything with this structure?
You know what? He didn't
Does he have to
specifically
use
say.
hands? It doesn't specifically say.
He
So-
did not
so if it
specifically
doesn't-
say.
Okay, so if he did not specifically say that I had to touch the rope or the structure or anything except for the bell, Shinji will simply stand in front of it and look up and extend his shins and ring the bell.
Okay. For the most part, nothing bad could possibly happen, but I want you to go ahead and give me a roll with, like, only one extra d6, so like 3d6. Because this one requires a little bit more precision, and your clumsy is coming into
Oops,
play.
I did that wrong.
Okay. So, you almost bash your head into the, like, top of the thing. As you just have to decelerate your shin growth, like, a little bit, and then you... Ding, 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 ding.
Nice. Yeah, then Shinji will return back to the group. Successful! Unsurprisingly.
The teacher seems to be just, like, taking notes. He's kind of doing the, like, cross-legged sit, where he doesn't really seem to be paying attention very much. Yes, yes. Anyone? Next! Anyone?
I guess I'll go get it out of the way. Coop right after this. So pass the leg. Okay, can do this cheaty face, cut down the time. Running start. Running start's a good idea. Running start's a great. Just gonna try and running start, jump with the rope, and then just use the time distortion thing, just cheat for how long climbing up takes them.
If you're running at the rope before grabbing it, are you just kind of George of the Jungle swinging on it?
Yes, that's like
Very
it's like-
fast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna go really weird for a second too, because there's gonna be the parts of it that are sped up that he's on, and the parts that aren't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like you to go ahead and give me like 5d6. We'll just use the time freeze, because quick
Okay.
won't really help you.
Actually the 6.
So
Actually,
you
this
do manage to, like, get the running start going, and you kind of, like, supersonic speed at it, and instead of having to climb up very much, it kind of just spirals the rope over the thing a few times because momentum.
Just,
And
like,
then
partly tied to it for a second is. Oh.
and then you're just kind of, like, hanging near the bell, just ding 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 ding.
So he turned himself into a tether ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although
I don't.
you still have it going super fast, so you're sitting there ringing it, and you just hear this, like.
Oh, but my subunit!
Okay, I just.
I think RJ is kind of rubbing his chin at this.
Could do with some time reverse. Is that a thing? No? Right. I'm just gonna. A, like, worms his way out of it and just, like.
I can't imagine, like, you're gonna need some cream for that rope burn.
The teacher kind of looks at how the rope ended up. He just kind of gets up and just kind of leaps up to the top of it and, like, unwinds it. Feathers it back down and jumps back down. Next.
Okay, I think it's RJ's turn. And he's gonna do egg. He's gonna do exactly what Pascal did.
I picture you almost like grabbing onto it and then just spinning yourself upwards.
I hope so. Does my agile count for this?
Yes.
Okay, so am I rolling 6d6?
Yes, you would.
All right, cool. 6.
Nice. Yeah, you pretty much have about the same success as Pascal. Like, yours is a little bit less violent because yours is a bit more controlled and you just stop like right before the top and just ding 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 ding.
And then I yo-yo back down.
Yeah, you don't become a tetherball.
All right. Currently, out of the 6 of you, that leaves Caroline.
Yes. Well, so like you explained earlier, I don't have to touch the rope.
You do not have to touch the rope.
Okay.
However,
okay.
you have to make sure that you actually grab onto the rope when you teleport up.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to the rope, and then teleport myself up so I can ring the bell.
Where are you teleporting yourself to exactly?
To where the bell is?
No, I know, but like on top of the thing or trying to be at the top of the rope?
Oh, there's no room next to the bell?
There is some
I
room
think
next to
it's
the
like
bell.
you'd end up balancing is the thing. You'd be like on the post.
Like you could be on the post at the top and try to balance there, or you can try to blink up and reactionary grab the rope so that you can stay up there long enough to ring it.
Ooh. Actually, I'm gonna try to teleport myself to the top of the rope so I can grab onto it and then ring the bell.
Okay. So go ahead and get your sheet real quick. Go ahead and give me 5d6. Should be fine, but oh yeah, you do it exactly to the point where your hand is like already on the bell. You grab the rope and just ding, and like blink yourself back down.
Yes. Woohoo!
Yatta!
That was easy. Pow.
Most of the others go. Some of the ones that you saw earlier, the blob boy seems to be doing okay. Like, most of them seem to be doing all right. Damn it, Saprik. Most everyone seems to be doing like okay. They seem to be helped out by their quirks a little bit for this type of activity. And then Armand goes. And he kind of seems to be like trying desperately to like psych himself up. Just okay.
Shinji goes up to him and is like, "You got this, Armand. Come on."
Thanks.
You
And
just
he
see
like
Juanis in the background.
and he kind of like goes to start climbing. And apparently, unbeknownst to literally everyone, when Ripjaw climbed up the post, apparently a small fracture had been in it from where his claws came in, and as he's about like 3 rungs up, the thing just snaps off, the bell falls down next to him, and in his hand it rings.
Wow.
But part of the post is on top of him.
Is he lucky and unlucky?
He just...
He's a lucky boy.
Wow, Armand. I didn't think about bringing the bell to me. You're incredible.
Ripjaw's gonna walk over and just pick the post up and go,
Oh my god!
sorry!
I would have actually expected that out of Ripjaw.
Armand's just sitting there like, you kind of see just the deadness in his eyes, just... This is life. Up next, obstacle course. Ooh,
Ooh. The three of us just go ooh at the same time. That was great.
maybe. No.
By the way, Ripjaw's going to slam the post back into the ground with the pointed broken side, just like...
Now there is one very important note for this one. While some of yours may allow you to completely ignore a good portion of this, you have to actually interact with every part of the obstacle course. He kind of eyes Caroline.
I can't help it.
He's not eyeing you disapprovingly, he's just kind of like, get it?
I still feel guilty though. Like everyone's working hard and I just go put.
And this is why you have to try to do things. You can still use your quirk, you just have to interact with everything. So just blinking yourself around the entire way is still theoretically a thing.
Yeah, you just get to just teleport spam instead of a single teleport.
Is it like there are like things we need to touch, or is it like you just need to like touch the monkey bars and be done with it?
So pretty much there is like there's like the monkey bar setup where you have to go over it. There's like the tire course setup. There's the wall that you have to climb over with like a rope, etc., etc. There also appears to be like kind of like a trench that you have to crawl through. It's kind of doing a gambit. Me again, kind of like, Armand, you go last.
Poor Armand.
I guess I'll go first if there's no other takers.
I mean,
Do it!
okay.
RJ will also be somewhere near the front of the line.
Alright. So, Pascal is going to go ahead and start it up.
Oh yeah.
So, up first is Les Monkey Bars. So, if you think you have some unique way to use your quirk to go through that, aside from just the obvious. Because if it's just the obvious, that's fine.
Oh, I mean, I was thinking of like the relative obvious. The only thing I was thinking about that was cheaty. I was like, can I do the cheaty face thing? I'm like, he has average upper body strength. I don't think part where you just like pull yourself above and just wander across the top of the monkey bars rather than support your whole weight the thing across is an option. Depends.
I mean,
How long are the monkey bars?
They're probably about like 15 feet.
Fuck it, cheaty face.
Okay.
Just like when you get on top, it's just, and then you just rush across like the side of the monkey bars. It's
So,
fine.
I will want 4d6 from you.
Now, is that 15 feet wide or 15 feet high?
15 feet wide. Like,
How
Wide.
high off the ground are they?
they're probably about like, I want to say like 12 feet. He kind of took into account you.
Beautiful. Yeah, so that's just like a 5.
Ah, okay. You managed to get basically all the way across relatively quick because you're running super fast.
Super fast.
Except for that you kind of partially trip towards the ladder end. And like dive, roll off of it, and are just doing like the Sonic the Hedgehog spin.
meant to do that. meant to do that. It's fine as long as I maintain like that momentum towards the next obstacle. It's all good. I think I'm tough.
In the interim, after you clear the first one, Guzman, you can go ahead and start up.
All right. I think.
How would you like to approach the monkey bars?
I don't think there's a special way for me to spin across the monkey bars.
I mean,
Go
yes
ahead.
and- I was about to say yes and no. Like, go ahead and say whatever, because there are ways.
Okay, can I do like how far across is it?
It's 15 foot long.
Okay, cool. I want to try and do like what do you call it? Just like gymnastics move. I want to start spinning on the first one and then throw myself as far as I can across the monkey bars and try to reach the last one.
Go-
Like a somersault.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead and give me 5d6.
Okay. Six.
6? Okay.
Mhm.
You managed to get about halfway down the monkey bar with your initial spin.
Mm-hmm.
You also managed to avoid, like, crashing your legs into the other monkey bars when you're spinning up.
Fair.
But when you land, you also managed to start spinning and just spin over the bars.
Good. Good.
Ripjaw's gonna move up if nobody else has.
Yeah, Ripjar can go ahead and get it
I
started.
want him to be last because he might destroy the monkey bars.
Armand is gonna destroy the monkey bars.
Armand will have the unfortunate side effect of whatever you did to destroy the monkey bars will go horribly, horribly wrong, probably.
Ripjaw's is gonna look at you and go, it's monkey bars. And he's just gonna do it normally.
Okay. Give me, whatever your strength is. So, like, 5, I think?
6. I got a 6.
Yeah. Yeah, you go on it pretty well. Just shunk, 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 shunk. Easy peasy. If no one else is immediately starting, then we'll go to Pascal again and keep going. Oh, Aquinas is going.
Oh yeah.
All right, how are you going to try to approach this?
Probably the same way that I tried with the
Rope?
Yeah, sorry, words are hard. But yeah, but not as much though. Like, just barely get kind of moisture. So, and then just focus, laser focus, and attempt.
All right. Let's see here. Just give me 2d6. You managed to make it across all right.
Okay.
About normal. It's kind of
Yeah, she's kind of small, so you know, it's too far apart for
fair.
her. I have short dinosaur arms. I should know.
Damn it. Okay. Are you going, Shinji? Or
I wish I'd surf. Sorry.
I guess Shinji will go. So, yeah, Shinji will approach the monkey bars. And he's going to walk towards them, and then he'll extend one leg, put one foot maybe in the middle of the monkey bars, and keep his momentum going forward. And then, you know, his other foot will land on the ground across the monkey bars, effectively only touching one bar. Well, interacting with it.
It is. It is, in fact.
Y'all a bunch of
Interacting with
cheaters.
Hey, he did say that you just had to interact with it. He didn't say how long.
I mean, if
Don't
you want to go
be
that
me.
way,
I did it the normal way,
if you want to be
as a
technical,
9.5
interacting,
foot tall gator does.
Go ahead and
interacting
give
could mean
me.
a lot of things.
Go ahead and give me 66, Shinji, since you can use your smart because you're trying to balance it out.
Interacting could be like, "Hey, Bars, how you doing today?"
Hey, Mars.
Yeah, goes
up,
off
Bars?
without
How
a
you doing?
hitch. Goes off without a hitch. You just extend, step, extend.
Style points.
Wyland, styling, profiling.
Uh,
Caroline, are you going? Or
Sure. Don't know if I'm able to do it with the teleport because I have to like have one hand touching myself. No comments, Savric. And no, so I'm trying to figure out like, 'cause if I hold on to, I can. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to effectively teleport unless I'm just flailing wildly with my one hand trying to hope in. So I'm just gonna try it normally.
okay.
Like if I find myself like falling, I'm gonna try to touch myself real quick to grab onto the next one. So I'll just do it normally, and if I start to fall, I'll try to touch and catch on and continue.
All right. Go ahead and give me 2d6.
Okay.
Yeah, you are steadily making progress. It's
Hey!
what the? Uh-oh. Something done happened to our cams.
Oh no.
Oh, we're fixed. We're fixed.
There we go. It
Hello.
fixed. I don't know what the heck
I'm
happened.
Shinji now. Yeah. Oh.
I was Timothy. Guanzon was me.
It's a body switching episode.
Oh, yeah, I figured out what happened. But,
Oh,
yeah.
that would be
Yeah,
so
I know what
dope.
happened. Okay. But yeah, you make it across. It takes a little bit of time, but you make it across, no problem.
Sweet.
Shinji also now high fives whoever joins him on the other side.
So how are you all going to approach the tire track?
I am basic bitching this shit. It's just speed and not tripping, right?
It is speed and not tripping. You are correct.
Yeah, as long as we go before Armand, it's fine.
I would like to go.
I'm going to walk on top of them because I seriously doubt they're large enough for my feet.
They are not.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk on top of them like, eh.
I should say they were not.
I'd like to go next.
He
if that's
sees.
okay.
I was about to say he sees you. He sees you kind of approaching, and he's still sitting there nonchalantly watching. He kind of has like some type of remote in his hand, and he just click. All the tires just. Poof. A gift from the engineering course. Or support.
Are they
course.
only big for Ripjaw, or did they go back for the rest of us?
They'll go back for the rest of you.
All right, I'm gonna sprint through them then, using my tail for balance.
Good.
Ooh.
We'll just use the previous roll because it'll be about the same. To be honest. You're making it through pretty well. Like, are you going on all fours or just on two?
I'd probably do just 2 for this.
Okay. So you're doing the like hike, 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 hike. And
Yeah.
the tail is like staying pristine for balance.
Yep.
Gets through without much of a problem.
I think I want to go next.
Okay,
I have an idea.
go for it.
So, I want to ask if this has anything to do with it. So, on my thing, I have heightened senses on my eyes and then dex, right? So, can I like be like hyper focused on like where I put my feet? Is that a thing, or is that like yes?
That would normally be like agile.
Agile? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I can add 1.
I will say that if you're taking the particular time to like pay attention to it, you can add the other one, but are you doing anything specific with like your quirk or anything?
Quirk? No. Because my
Okay.
luck, I'll end up slipping and falling. Because I walked on wet times
Wet rubber?
before.
Yeah,
Yeah, wet
wet
rubber
rubber
is
just
not screwed with.
Whoop!
Woof. Okay,
Alright,
so
yeah, go ahead and roll 4d6.
wait.
You definitely
Hell yeah!
you... Damn it.
Well,
You boys. I mean, I was thinking you
I'm
too,
really
but
trying to stay focused, but I laugh too easily.
It's okay.
Okay. Aquinas, you managed to make it through like pretty agilely. You just waddly 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 waddly.
I would love it if everybody heard kind of like squishing, like wet shoes. You know what I mean? Like
my
you guys
God.
gotta have to remember, she is kind of like a squid girl. Like she looks the part, you know. So.
as soon as you
I don't
say
think
looks
everyone
the part,
does
I
it.
just think of like Ika Musume every time.
Oh, from the Squid Girl anime.
Uh-huh.
I
Alright.
mean, not off, but yeah.
Who all is going next, and what are you doing?
I guess I'm just going to now squishily basic bitch it. What am I rolling with? Just
If you're just basic doing what you did before, we'll just
except for one thing.
uh
I'm going to speed up the time so the water fucking evaporates off at first. There's gonna be like a pause of like, I need like a minute. Good.
Yep, you're good.
I'm a tiny bit unlucky. I'm not putting that to chance.
But yeah, we'll just use the same one before. Like you managed to make it across without too terribly much trouble. You almost trip up a couple times and like catch your feet because you're going super fast over tires.
Yeah, and it looks way more impressive to like onlookers than it does to me.
Because to you, you're just like.
Well, that guy's so cool.
What this
impressed
PE
looking.
class is missing is Okasan. Okay. I suppose there was one other student who did well in the bell ringing, but it'll come up here later.
Shinji would like to cross the tires of doom.
Shinji! You are crossing the tires of doom? How are you crossing the tires of doom?
Does Shinji have to touch all the tires?
Yes.
All of them?
You have to do in between the tire track.
Okay. He just has to touch them though, right? Like, does he have to put his foot inside each of the tires?
You gotta try to.
Or oh, okay.
Oh.
So yeah. All right then. Shinji is going to as gracefully and as beautifully as possible, if that's the thing I can do. Put each foot in the thing as he tries to do that as fast as he can.
So, go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Okay.
That was infinitely more graceful than what I was picturing. infinitely more graceful.
Whoops.
Shh. I didn't mess it up. Oh,
You manage,
Wow.
despite the fact that you're normally not particularly astute at quick, deft movements, you're managing to actually just be like, "Boop, boop, 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 boop."
He just called you clumsy.
Well, I mean, it's
I look
not
like some
it's not
weird,
inaccurate.
graceful monster.
It's a graceful monster.
Oh my god, Jan.
All right.
My mental image of the thing had been the dumbest thing of them just like planking over it and then just extending their shins while like tapping their hands in between all the. Because it's like, do you need
Oh
to
my
put your
gosh.
feet in the tires or just your hands? Something he's got. So it's just like much less cartoon, much better, much more dignified.
All right, Caroline.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna like. Is the tire tracks like big enough to put both feet or just one feet?
How big are you?
So I don't know.
Are you like 5 foot? 5
Yeah.
foot small?
Yeah.
You could probably get both of your feet in the middle of it if you were like precise.
I'm probably just gonna do like 1 foot each, just in case.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna like just try to teleport, you know, in between the tires.
Okay. We should be able to just use your previous one then. Actually, no. You actually get to do things. Go ahead and roll 7d6. Good enough. You're managing to blink in between them. It's taking you a little bit longer because you're like studying which or where the spot is and like trying to gauge it. So you're like blink, 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 blink.
Yeah. Ta-da!
Deft. Throw a barrel at it.
Oh my god.
All right. Now it's the wall. Wall.
I don't think I
You all go first. I'm just gonna claw my way up it.
I don't think I did the tires yet.
Oh, did you not? You did
actually-
not.
He has not done the tires.
Oh no. How you
Oh,
gonna
yes.
do this, Digwisman?
Okay. So we have to put our feet in each tire.
Yes.
That throws off my old idea. So
What's your old idea?
my old idea was to pick up one of the tires and then roll my way across. But do hands count?
They can.
Okay. Then I guess I'm just gonna do flip flops all the way across.
Flippy dippy. Yeah, you're
Yep.
you're able to do that, no problem.
Okay.
So you're just like you can always roll the 5d6 again to try to get higher than a 6, but I will
Mhm.
take the 6 from your last one since you're still flippy dippy.
Yeah, I'll take the 6.
Okay. Don't feel like gambling? Okay. Yeah, you managed to just cartwheel spin through each of them with like handstand, foot, handstand, foot, handstand, foot.
Mhm.
Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Now it's the wall with its myriad of ropes.
Ripjaw's gonna call over. Do I have to use the rope or can I just claw my way up?
You don't have to use the rope.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him go first.
If none of them will, I'll just claw my way up.
Same thing, since you're doing the same, you can just use your old roll or try to roll higher.
I think my old roll was plenty high,
was
actually.
like
My
a
old roll was a
6.
6. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can go a little faster. I'm gonna have some fun with this. That is a 10.
Yeah, that's a bit more. You basically just like one claw launch up and over the wall. It's probably only like it's legitimately only like a 12-foot high wall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop myself.
You
over.
literally just chink, hey, and yeet yourself over the wall.
I will land in a 3-point hero pose because that's cool.
That is cool.
And then he's just gonna stand and go, yes, nailed it.
You totally nailed that, Ripjaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll go next.
Okay.
I think I'll do maybe the same as last time if I can, like to try to like it's a rope wall, right? Or is it a rope wall?
It's a rope wall.
A rope wall? Okay. Just gonna try to do her very best. Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Start figuring it out for your costume, De Guzman.
Oh my god, he can have like wings like a bat, like costume, like, and just like have them out. But anyway, that's 2d6, right?
Yes.
Just doing my best. Okay. Doing the best she can.
Doing really good.
Damn.
Getting some
Apparently, what I'm
will.
trying to.
Getting some
Sorry.
will and just Eve.
Well, she's pretty light. Like she's pretty, she's small. So.
She's small,
Hey.
but you do not have the strength. Oh yeah, you managed to make it over and climb over and fall down relatively gracefully.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Shinji would like to go next.
Shinji can go.
Yes. Shinji is going to, because he has to at least interact with the structure. He's going to take the rope in his hand, but he's not gonna like grip it. He's just gonna hold it with like an open hand and extend his legs and like let the rope slide through his hand on the way up and step over.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
I don't need anything from that because that's just a thing.
It's just walking.
Just walking.
I have to expect RJ to just yo-yo himself up.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Probably.
I was about to say that was kind of what I was expecting too, to be honest. Oh. So yeah.
Also, the reason I waited for Ripjaw to go first. So, there's the ropes, but now there's also the stable holes he's made.
You mean the
And-
one
One
hole?
hole.
The one hole that's like 10 feet up?
Yeah, I
Whatever.
just reached up and
So,
went, yoinks!
it's still a nice little side thing, so I'm gonna favor that area just so I can like hop up and scrabble and go back. Look, man, having a firm foothold that is not actually shaking. Really
Yeah.
nice on rope walls. Yeah.
It is. Just give me like 1d6, Arlie.
We don't get a 1. I got a 4.
Good enough. It takes you a little bit of struggle bug, but you get over.
A struggle bug.
I need to just stop looking at Saverick comments. All right, RJ, how you gonna go? He's dying.
Wait a second. He has cracked.
Okay.
So, Christian, welcome to playing tabletop with us. This is how things go.
Welcome to Saverick.
This is very normal for this whole thing.
So Caroline, how about you go while RJ composes?
Yup.
Oh, Caroline? Did we lose Caroline?
We don't have as many Twix as MK does, but we have some.
Question. The stable hole.
What? I can't hear you, Caroline. You're very, very quiet.
Oh my, never mind. So this stable hole on the wall.
Yes. What about it?
Like how high is it?
About like 10 or 11 feet up off the ground. Because that's where Ripjaw just...
So question. Do I have to use the rope all the way? Or can I just teleport and hold the rope at the top?
You can technically, from what you're gathering, because Ripjaw just ignored the rope altogether, you can just teleport to the top, teleport back down to the bottom.
Yeah, but I have to hold the rope for some... Oh, you did?
Nope.
Oh. Then I'll just do the same thing. I'll just do that then.
Blink,
Wait,
blink.
no. Just in case I get in trouble, I'm gonna hold to the rope. And I'll bring the tail end of the rope back to the top with me. And then I'll teleport back, bring the tail end of the rope back down.
Carolyn is the good student.
Just in case. Because I know he eyed me talking about how some people cheat, get able to cheat away, so I just want to make sure.
All right, yeah, you can do that just fine. There's
Yay!
like no problems. All right, RJ,
What's up?
how you doing?
Good. How you doing? I'm gonna yo-yo my way up and back down as suspected.
All right, you can just use the previous roll if you want, or you can do a new.
We'll do a new one.
Okay.
What was it last time? 5d6? is what you asked
5d6.
for?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Boop.
You got a 6. Still.
6? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. It's not worse.
It's fine.
This is fine.
But yeah, you yo-yo up and down, easy peasy, no problemo. That is actually the obstacle course for you guys, so that's good. Most of the students that seem to have been doing well seem to still be doing all right. Like Blob Boy seems to not really be having many problems with the obstacle course. There was one that you kind of weren't paying too much attention to because they went while you were all discussing information. They literally just have wings.
Wow. Okay.
We could have had wings.
So that seems to be what their quirk is. Just
That's so cool.
wings.
Also, I was really excited for the crawling portion
Oh yes,
of this.
I did
Can
forget
I
about
just
the
describe
crawling.
how Shinji was gonna do it because that was the part I was most
I forgot that was
excited.
after the wall. Haha,
Okay, there's one more section.
there is one more.
Alright.
My notes are
Well,
kind of a
Shinji-
jumble sometimes.
Are we gonna do it then? Are we gonna do it?
You go and do the
Are we gonna skip
trenches, but other students have been coming in behind you. So there is the wing one that seems to like not be having too many problems with those. They literally just kind of like flew up, touched one monkey bar, flew over. Armand is just kind of off to the side waiting.
I mean, I'm busy staring at the
Ripjaw's
dude
gonna
with
call over.
wings.
He's like, "It's all right. Just don't touch the hole."
He just eyes it and like you see the look of defeat just washing over him as he's like, how is that going to go wrong?
I'll stand next to the wall.
So nice.
You're a brave man, Ripjaw.
But yes, the trenches. They don't have
I'm gonna
barbed
lean down to
wire.
Pascal and go, "I'm armored." The scales.
Damn.
That was aggressive. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm armored.
Now, there is the normal area that has the trenches. And apparently he has made preparations for you specifically, Ripjaw, because there is one that says Ripjaw only and its bars are like 6 feet above the ground. where you still have to, like, crawl.
Ripjaw's gonna get on all fours and blitz down it. I mean, he's used to running on all fours. Crawling is not a thing for him.
I had a feeling. So yeah, you can use same roll again, or we can...
Yeah,
try
I'll
for
take my
higher.
10.
Yeah,
I'll take my
that's good.
10.
It's
I'll
kind
zip
of,
right
it's
down
kind
that.
of like muddy-ish ground.
Oh, even better.
And yeah, you
even
just,
better.
you almost literally just like slide through it and just...
I'm gonna get kind of gatory while I'm doing it, you know, slide down, wiggle a little bit, look like an alligator, make sure I splash it everywhere, and then I'm gonna come up and go, that was fun! I'm gonna go rolling in a bit.
Ah!
Oh, so you're
I'm
trying to
actually
get
gonna roll in the mud while I'm waiting for Armin to get near the wall.
I'm
Just
just
gonna
like
have-
picturing this is actual nightmare fuel for people who aren't the alligator, because we're seeing this giant alligator like thrashing around in mud right now.
Welcome to
Yeah.
the American education system, where they have you doing pointless shit.
So let me get this straight, Clay. So you're a were gator and a were retriever now. So you turned into an alligator that turned into a golden retriever.
Yeah, we'll go with that, yeah.
Love it.
When I see Armin get near the wall, though, I will go over. Not near him, but like in position if the wall falls over, I'll pick it up.
Yeah. Alright,
Shinji.
Shinji, I cannot wait to hear how you do this.
So at the start of the of the what is it called? The crawling trench. Shinji's going to dig like a little hole at a specific angle to be an anchor for his feet, and he is going to lay in front of it and then just pew extend across.
Please tell me you hit like a big clump of like dirt or something.
Slip and slide
Like,
logic.
Yes, exactly. It's slip and slide logic, except it's through dirt.
Oh. Alright, go ahead and give me 5d6 for that.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
Is that bad? I don't.
Oh, I thought you said oh no, and I was like, oh no?
I did say oh no, but that's because I simply forgot the rules of rolling the dice and when they count.
Been 14 years, come on!
Severick.
But
It'll never be long enough.
yes, you get through swimmingly. You almost get a mouthful of dirt, but...
I assume I'm covered in dirt though.
Oh yeah, you're covered in mud and dirt.
Can Ripjaw and Shinji mud wrestle while we're
Oh
waiting
my
for
Christ.
what's his face to ruin the obstacle?
I mean, that
course?
is technically the end of the obstacle course, and you have to wait for everyone else to finish.
Oh yeah. Ripjaw's down
Yeah.
for some goofball
Yeah.
mud wrestling.
Hell yeah. I wanna go.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
I'm not gonna.
so who's going next?
I'll try.
Okay.
If you
How-
say is this muddy?
Yes, it is muddy.
Just real quick, what are the other students doing watching a boy with extendable legs and a giant ass alligator mud wrestling?
To be fair, most of them have already started going through.
I mean, well, we're in my section. It's just for me.
Oh no, I know. I'm stating, like, most of them are already going through and, like, focused on trying to get through as fast as possible. And, like, Armand's the only one who's being forced to wait until everyone is through.
To be fair, in a world full of freaks, I would assume that like seeing a giant dude that turns into an alligator probably isn't the weirdest thing they've ever seen. I would assume.
Probably not. Like, Armand is kind of watching you because he has nothing else to do. Like,
Or at the very least, like, oh, that's surprising, but I'm not
you're
surprised.
kind of like,
but-
that looks like fun.
What could mud
I'd probably-
fork been about?
I'd probably die.
Poor Armand.
because logistics, and I don't know how powerful I am. That's up to you. How far-fetched would it be to try to use my power of like water manipulation? Because like it's muddy and stuff, and that's like water and stuff. So like to like not like like penguin slide or anything, but like
Slip and
try to help.
slide.
Slide on ice, right? But like in mud
Slip
go.
and slide.
So you're basically wanting the water to just like push you through?
Yeah, like as I'm crawling too, but like as an extra like oomph. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If not, that's totally fine. I just
So I want you to where are you?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me 5d6.
Ooh. That's a concept. Huh! Hey! That's not bad.
That's really good. Aquinas finally uses surf.
Super effective.
It is super effective. Aquinas basically like lays down in the mud, and the mud just kind of like rolls up and is just rolling her along.
I use surf for legit. Oh, that's so awesome.
Incredible.
They're
And you
also
just-
likely the like most clean out of.
I was
all
about to
of
say, you kind of like get up, or as you like get pushed towards the end of it, the surf coil kind of like dips under you and like pushes you back up to standing, so you just walk out.
And a little added thing, if I can, like I see Shinji is like covered head to toe, and
Well, currently Shinji and Ripjaw are like wrestling in the mud. So
oh, okay. Well, I'll help try to clean some students off if they're demolished.
who wants to go next out of you three?
I think
we got. I was gonna say we got Carolyn, we got RJ.
I'm
We got
gonna let
Pascal.
you guys go first.
mind if RJ goes?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go.
Okay. So I think RJ. I think how much of a gap are we looking at here for crawling? A couple feet.
It's a
tighter
couple
than that.
feet, yeah.
If I
Like-
curl up into a ball, will I fit? No.
Yeah, you could probably fit.
Okay, I'm gonna curl up into a ball, and I'm going to try and just like Sonic spin dash my way through.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn it. Love it.
There's like such a horrible temptation. You just like briefly blink time freeze on to see how fast you can accelerate.
Go ahead and give me 66.
Okay.
If you would have done that when Aquinas did it, and she just shoots off the end like a
2,
giant fly.
4, 6, 8. Is that 10?
That's a
Am I
10.
counting? Nice.
All twos, but it's 10. Damn it, Savric.
I mean, that's what Arlie is suggesting Arlie does. Like Arlie freeze time, he spins up real good, and then Arlie lets him go, and he just fires like a cannon.
Yeah, I was thinking
Combo.
about that too.
Crossfire.
Yo.
But yeah, you kind of like get yourself into a ball and you start the spin process, and it kind of like digs into the mud for a second and actually manages to splash Pascal because he was standing back there.
Oh no.
And then
I'm
just
sorry.
all of a sudden, shot! Shoom! Mud just splashing everywhere. Aquinas, you see like an orb just suddenly go by. You manage to stop before you run into the wall.
Okay.
But like you have to decelerate pretty quick. Just But good job. Nice work. Pascal or Caroline, whichever one of you two wants to go next.
We can go first.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to think. It's like the trench thing, right?
Yes. So-
Yeah, I mean, I guess gonna do that whole waddly thing down to the trench well sped up. But I'm gonna wait a second. Is the wall super slick, or because it's not barbed wired, right?
No, it's
So,
not barbed
would I-
wire. It's just weird slick poles.
I was just wondering if I could use the walls as a handhold as to just pull myself along through horrible mud. Because I'm not really having to worry about getting shredded up by the above. It's poles, not barbed wire, so I can totally be a bit more sloppy about it. I'm gonna be covered in mud head to toe, but it's fine.
So what are you doing?
Well, because you could use instead of waddling on your elbows, you could partly pull yourself forward on the walls themselves. Especially because you don't actually have to worry about. Because part of why you're waddling down your elbows is because there's barbed wire overhead normally, but it's like a trench, but it's bars, not barbed wire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna pull myself along the walls while sped up.
Okay.
Fine.
Go ahead and give me 46.
That's a 5.
Moderate success. You're kind of slipping while gripping onto it, but you are propelling yourself forward relatively fast.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore the fact that I probably can taste dirt right now.
As you can taste dirt a little bit.
Yeah.
The other thing that you were that you were kind of realizing about it, you probably could have had a better time of it if you just tried to do that same thing just in the dirt rather than the actual poles.
Yeah, I didn't want to actually load up, find out just how much super speed mud I could fit inside my clothes.
All right. And Caroline.
All right. Do I have to crawl all the way, or can I just crawl a little bit and then teleport to
As
the
far
end?
as you know, you don't. Everyone else
Oh.
has because they don't really have a way around it. But you, in theory, could start crawling and then just blink.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna start crawling a little bit and then bloop.
Yeah, seems to work out all right. You can see the end.
I'm just ugh, so dirty.
Eh.
At this point, Ripjaw will pat Shinji and then go wait for Armand to make sure if anything breaks, I'll just take it off of him.
I love that at this moment you're a teacher's helper. I dig it.
More like,
So,
dude keeps breaking everything. Eh?
okay. I want to make sure that I'm remembering correctly. RJ, you yo-yoed up, right? With the rope?
Yep.
Okay.
Yo-yoed up, and I presume yo-yoed down the other side
Yes.
too. Mhm.
So, there's one other student that actually does something that you would notice. Mostly because it just looks really weird. They seem to be doing okay on everything else. Not amazing, but mostly average. When they get to the rope, they kind of touch it for a second, think back, and okay. And they kind of wait for half a second, and the rope, or they kind of tie it around. The rope just yo-yos itself up with them attached to it, and then they do the same thing on the other side.
All right, I'm into it.
Let's see, I think that was most of the people who would stand out, aside from the ones who already have been, and Bird Lady.
Saverick? Bad.
Uh-oh.
I mean, other than Armin, but the reason why he stands out is mostly tragic.
Yeah. Yeah. It is most sad. Okay, I take it back. There's one other one that kind of has a question for the teacher, and they kind of like, you'll go after Armand. Like they kind of seem to like ask him first, like, can I go after him because I'm gonna ruin it. Like I will ruin it. And he kind of, yeah. So Armand tries. Let's see if Armand might actually do a thing finally. Armand finally manages to make it past an obstacle without completely failing.
Shinji's is ecstatic
Nothing
for Armin.
actually broke. He
It's like
finally
a polite
actually
golf
did a
clap.
thing.
He gets
Oddly
a
enough,
polite golf
When
clap.
he gets to the mud,
Oh no.
like in particular, he doesn't fail. He slips, but it somehow propels him with enough force to get him just to the other side. And he just sits there. He kind of looks happy for a second. He's like, "Hey, didn't break.
I did it.
I did it, and it didn't actually break."
Armand, that was incredible! High five!
He smacks you in the face.
He goes to high five you, and it like legitimately misses, and he face plants because he was like energetically, and he just.
Shinji will pick Armand back up for him.
Mm.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. Everybody messes up a high fives. It's okay. We could try again another time.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Without paying much attention, Ripjaw's gonna kind of walk over, but as he's walking, he's shaking himself off like a dog and just spraying mud everywhere.
But yeah, the student who specifically requested to go last does do something that is kind of like unusual. He kind of just, instead of like going onto the monkey bars, he kind of just like touches the ground in front of the monkey bars and it just sinks. And then he just walks over them. He gets to the wall and he just sinks the wall down, walks over it. And then the trenches, he kind of, guess I can't do this one. Just crawls through it.
So basically, he has World Edit in Minecraft. It has the swoosh one. Oh my god.
No, he's an earthbender. We have a water bender here, and there's an earthbender there.
I'm not sure. He couldn't lift up the trench.
So,
He could
like-
sink things.
Oh yeah, Ripjaw wouldn't be paying attention, that's right. Ripjaw would not care.
He's a half earthbender. A halfie.
Halfsies.
You can imagine that Timothy's going apey inside of Ripjaw's head, wanting to look at things, and Ripjaw's like, yeah, that's fine, I don't care.
There's also one that seems to be just causing like little minor explosions, but they don't really propel him that much.
He's a firecracker when he wants to be an M80. Sorry.
But yeah, that's most of those. Only thing left is pool laps.
Like just the endurance running around the pool.
Not laps around the pool, like back and forth.
Oh,
Don't you take this from me.
honestly, this is where we're at because at least we're getting rid of all the mud.
Basically.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
been helping take people off, but
I think we're swimming?
So yeah, most of this is just going to be a big group like skill check since there's multiple lanes that can be used and such. But what all are you doing? It's Pascal's Jesus moment. I mean, you're technically not wrong, except for that it doesn't work that way.
Nice.
Because he's still going normal speed.
Yeah, no.
It's just he looks like he's going super fast.
Like, if I really wanted to, though, I could make it briefly look like I was walking on water by, like, slowing down my personal time. So I'd just be like, and I can't do anything about this, and no one can even stop me from eventually sinking in. But, like, briefly hang in the air there. It's fine.
Ripjaw's just gonna crack his knuckles, dive in, and swim. He's a gator.
Yeah.
You might be about the only
I mean,
person-
he's gonna blitz it like a gator would. Tail and all propelling him, just...
You know what? I think you'd actually do better than me. Because the gators are actually good swimmers.
I feel like you should have the edge here.
Yeah.
Should.
You can manipulate water.
Like, if you did not, I don't know how you would... I don't know. But yeah, like, okay, so what is everyone else doing, including Aquinas, since Ripjaw's just dive bombing swimming?
You know what I would love to have seen? Did you watch the SpongeBob movie whenever they're on David Hasselhoff's back? He's just like going through the ocean.
Yeah.
Like this.
Ripjaw will not stop people if they want to jump on his back. He doesn't care. He enjoys
despite-
swimming. This is fun.
Despite the multi-lanes, like, Pascal's now like, oh, people are he just sort of like sits on the side and watches. He's like, yeah, this would be a bad idea.
But yeah, for me, what I would normally do, you know, whoosh.
So are you even going in the water, or are you just, like, standing on top of it and just, like, wave riding?
Could I do that? That would be really cool. Now that I want to try to actually swim and, like, do the best I can. Like, being legitimate about everything, you know what I mean?
Well, they did say to use your quirk to, like, aid it in any
Oh,
way
then I would've-
possible.
I can. I'm gonna pull a full Naruto and just book it. Walk across the water.
Surf!
Yeah, I mean, yeah, close enough. That works for me.
Okay, yeah. Like, you legitimately
Aquinas,
can
you
do
start.
that. That is just a thing. Just...
Okay. Like, that would be just a natural ability that I knew how to do. Like,
You
Or
could
you can-
literally
or
be
you can-
Moses right now.
that's what I was
Or you
saying,
can-
Zachary. Like, I could just run on water.
Chill, you can be like a diva and just have the waves just like kind of like how in the end of Little Mermaid that the waves just brought up like Triton up. You can just have the wave like bring you up to the other side, like a majestic water princess.
Oh, that's so great.
I see Shinji just walking along the bottom of the pool.
No way. Shinji's gonna do this fast and smart.
Okay, I
Can
can't wait to
can
hear
I say
this.
what Shinji's gonna do? Are we there yet? Because I'm excited. for
Do
this.
it. What are you doing?
Shinji is going to once again do that thing where he stands on the edge and he's going to belly flop into the water, and then he's going to sink a little, and then he's going to use his shins to shoot across, and then he's going to do one of those cool like diver turnarounds and then shoot back
Okay,
with his shins.
like, that is definitely a thing that is going to happen, but I want you to give me 2d6.
Oh my god, because you might knock yourself out.
Yeah, water pressure. Water is not air, and pressurizing like that can
Okay,
really make it stop.
okay, so... you do the first part fine, and you, like, smack into the other side with your arms, and it kind of, ow. And then you try to, like, deftly do the diver flip over, and you kind of just legs up in the air, and they're just head underwater.
Do I drown? This is the end.
No, you're not,
Episode 1, Shinji dies.
you're not drowning. You're just literally...
If Shinji starts having problems, Ripjaw will just go get Shinji.
Scoop him out of the
No,
water.
I picture a different solution. Like, you're upside down and it's doing that, so you just, like, put feet onto the side of the pool and, like, and just lift your head back up and, like, try to do it again from that side on your back.
Is this just
That
the
sounds good.
swimming scene from Golden Boy?
Oh god.
Oh my god, yes. This would be Shinji's first, like, fail.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Shinji was doing so well and was being so smooth, and then this time Shinji just...
Shinji drowns.
By the way, while all this is going on, Richo's gonna find a lane that's open and just have himself some fun. And if anyone looks like they're having problems, he's gonna like swim next to them and go like, come on, let's go, come on, you can do it!
Aquatis is just gonna sit cross-legged on the water and just watch for trouble.
I don't know. I think RJ just needs to do this like a normal person.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Like...
I can't justify spinning in a way that moves me through water.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's not really a way... Okay, there is technically one way to justify spinning that moves you through, but it might cause way more problems for everyone else. Because you could, in theory, be like spinning yourself and have your feet angled in such a way that it's like pushing forward, like they were a propeller.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
Yeah. I'm gonna do this like a normal person. What do you need from me?
You are swimming like a normal person. I don't know. You know what? Just give me like 3d6.
3.
Good enough to not drown.
Okay, cool.
I imagine this is where I pop up going, come on, RJ! You can do it!
Now the big question,
no.
the big question, RJ, is: have you swam before?
Probably. I assume that RJ goes swimming.
Maybe.
I'm surprised he didn't use he didn't flail his arms like little like you know like. Yeah, like I don't know. I can't.
Oh well, he's
I've
trying
gone too
that,
far.
but it's not quite working as well. He does manage to get through, but it's not as like smooth.
Yeah. You can't see it, but tears are slowly being added to the pool. The water levels.
The water levels
Marginally
are rising.
going up.
All right, Caroline.
Well, it's no surprise what Caroline's gonna do.
Yep. Into
She
the
goes
pool.
in the water, teleport, and then teleport back.
I have a question about when she teleports in the pool. Does she leave like a void, and so the water's like, poof, like
Yes, actually.
Yeah, 'cause the
I was
water
about
has
to
to
say
fill
like
that.
where she blinks out, the water kind of like is caved in, and it just back up, and where she pops in, it just pushes out.
Oh.
Huh.
I mean, maybe if you did the railgun trick, but it's individual.
But she like displaced the water.
She did
Okay.
displace the water. When you teleport into something, you know, you're not teleporting into nothing.
Yeah, that makes her literally the most dangerous person here.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Does that mean she could bring buildings down by teleporting into the supports? Sorry,
because she has to be
brain.
able to see where she's teleporting to.
True.
Though if you had an ability that could turn something opaque, probably.
Ooh. That might
Or
kill
I
her.
just
Yeah.
punch a hole in a wall.
That might kill her, though.
I mean, yeah, though.
True.
So how is Pascal attempting to go about this?
We're just gonna take a lane the furthest from other people, since there's people casually swimming, and just gonna do it like a normal person, but speedy boy fast. I just really don't want to speed anyone up because the perception of time is probably gonna be a bother.
Yeah,
Just a
go
little
ahead,
bit.
go ahead and give me like 4d6.
Wow. I mean, I'm taking the 4, but wow, that was pretty bad.
You do manage to get it done. It's not like it's nothing fancy. It
Yeah,
does go by
it's
faster
super
than
big.
most of the people, but oddly enough, like the speed kind of has a problem of like you're constantly hitting the like water pressure. Because like you're going fast, but then the water that is in front of you is not.
Ugh,
So it just
awful.
massive resistance.
It's the worst. Okay. Well, it's done.
That is done. The teacher kind of seems to be like waiting and kind of eyeing Armand. Like,
I'm gonna go swim over near Armand and just keep an eye.
he's like breathing.
Armand, you're not gonna drown. I'm right here. And Aquinas is here too.
And Armand is like making it across when he dives. But it is legitimately the Golden Boy thing of like he's swimming, but he's just like.
I'm staying near him, just like on my back. Like, really? This is what we're doing? Okay.
Bless his heart. He's trying his best. Now watch he be like super OP in like a dire situation.
I made it. I didn't drown. Not this time.
Hell yeah!
I wouldn't have let you drown. You're fine. Water is only as scary as you let it be.
One of the students, particularly in particular, I should say, the one that, like, had initially asked where the teacher was when all this started, she's swimming, but she's being very, very careful to keep her head above water. Like, her hair specifically, so she's kind of like... No, like, specifically the hair. It is never... Yeah, she just got her hair, dude.
Do you know how annoying it is after you straighten your hair?
Well, I mean, she does have a beehive haircut, so...
Bees! Not the bees!
Surprisingly,
Sorry.
if you are near her, you do hear a slight buzzing.
Oh God.
Don't, nope. 1,000 all times. Nope, you stay the fuck away from me.
Is it
Oh,
like
I didn't mean to say that, sorry.
Is it like a Spiders Man situation?
Yeah.
Spiders, man. Of course you will, Ripjaw. Of course you will. Well,
Yup.
I hope that this was enlightening for some of you about what you can do to improve yourself and your quirks. And I hope you'll be able to put it into practice tomorrow. Because that's where the real training begins. Surprisingly, this took up most of, probably like the first quarter of the day. Just running through all this nonsense. Oh, yes. I believe it's time for your normal studies now. At least currently.
That comes out of his mouth. I'm back to Timothy.
Aquinas is just like swimming in the water, derping around.
Well, do try to prepare yourselves for tomorrow. Oh, also, the rest of the faculty wished me to inform you that there are after-school programs that you can apply for, if you so wish.
Ooh.
I'm
that-
off to prepare the facilities for tomorrow. You'll find your next teacher inside homeroom. And then he's just gone.
He just left us? He just left us?
I guess that means
It's like
we're
in Jurassic
dismissed.
Park. He just left us.
He just left us! Also, Aquinas and Caroline, since you're more perceptive than most, you do kind of like, you see like one window near like where the homeroom is, where there's just like this cat face kind of like smushed up against the glass, like looking out. Just... and then
It's the
as
cat
soon as
from Harry Potter!
as
Oh
soon
my
as you
God.
notice it, it just kind of blink out of existence.
Just blink. I'm like, I'll look at Aquinas like, was that a cat?
Did you see a cat? Oh,
There was a
Yeah.
cat?
Wait.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Was what a cat?
There was a cat.
Also,
It was
Timothy, you still see everything when like Ripjaw's there, yeah?
Only if
Yeah,
Ripjaw's
right.
paying attention to it, yes.
Oh, fair.
I can see out of Ripjaw's eyes, just like he can see out of mine, but it's, you know, when he's playing around in the pool, I don't see shit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of yelling internally.
Oh, I bet. Caroline, you probably would have noticed this as well. Or I should say you would have noticed this because, again, perceptive. Aside from, like, all the students that seem to be doing okay and, like, most of them, or some of them that were doing very neutral, there was one that didn't seem to, like, do particularly well at, or, like, in any one area. Like, he did good enough, but it wasn't anything above average. He was just kind of
Was
there. It's a gentleman student with like kind of a king and queen like chess piece birthmark on each side of their eyes.
Do they look sad that they didn't, you know?
No, they look
didn't do
more
it?
they look more kind of like nonchalant about it. Like they seem almost annoyed at like how these things were set up.
Oh. I'll go over there and say, hey, don't worry about it. We'll have more chances to shine.
Oh, I'm sure I'll have
Hi,
plenty
I'm
of
Caroline.
chances to shine.
When they're like, hey, I'm Caroline. I'll just wait. Who are you?
I'm a Johnny. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. But yeah, this obstacle race kind of like my favorite for some people. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because it kind of favored me plenty a lot of times, but
He's not really like angrily staring at anything. He's kind of like deadpan staring at you like, okay.
I just want to make sure that you were okay.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Mine's just not suited for these type of situations.
Well, like I said, we'll have plenty more chances.
Yes, tomorrow should be interesting.
Should be. I'm kind of interested. Villain alert.
Nah.
Timothy's gonna start heading to homeroom.
Yeah. But Johnny's heading that
And
way
aren't
too.
we all wet because we've been swimming and our PE clothes and not even the swim clothes?
That's why you're supposed to go change back into, school clothes.
Yeah, I figured that was just understood. That's a logical
I
thing.
know.
When Shinji heard that there was a cat in the building, by the way, he booked it.
Like GTFO?
Yeah, like GTFO, there's a cat in the building, I'm going.
Oh,
I'm just remembering the last time there was a mention of a cat, and it's just like Haskell being slightly slower to go in that direction. Like, yeah, nah.
Nah.
I was gonna make a joke, but it's not appropriate, so I will myself.
But yeah, if you're all heading back to class, most of it's just student will eat you or die, true story. lead you if you die. True story. But yeah, most of the rest of the day is just fairly basic, like, introductory stuff. A lot of, like, here's some of your textbooks, here's some of the facilities that we have, here's, like, some of the after-school programs we have available. And before you know it, the first day has ended.
I will have taken copious notes.
Yes.
And I probably would have asked about those after-school programs.
Absolutely. I was about to say,
Oh, yeah, same.
if anyone is interested in any type of after-school program, just ask me, and, like, which one would you want? Because, like, honestly, there's a lot. I almost guarantee you that they probably have it.
I think
Probably
with
a
a-
cooking club and a book club.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder, do they have any kind of clubs where it's like focused on trying to better your physical strength? Any that she would be able to join?
I mean, there's always, like, the weightlifting club.
Okay. Do we tell you this now or like later? Like what we'd want to join?
Huh?
The Muscles Club!
Yeah,
Who's
basically the
gonna
muscle
pump?
club.
You up!
You up?
I'm just thinking of like the Muscles Club and like Mob. So good.
I mean, like, there probably would be
Oh,
people
no.
like that, to be honest.
So yeah, I think
Yeah,
she'd wanna join
fitness!
something to help with that, and then like some kind of swim meet or like, something to do with some kind of water, even like maybe an agriculture thing. Maybe.
Well, it kind of comes
Depending
down
on
to
what
which one you would like, because you can go to, like, a couple, but
yeah, not like
if you're wanting to
50,000,
dedicate
yeah.
to something, then, like, you usually pick one and run with it.
I'll think about it and let you know.
Okay. Yeah, we got time. So
Probably a book club.
book club for you. I'm assuming Ripjaw is internally screaming like, wrestling club, wrestling club, wrestling club!
Yes, and Timothy is pointedly ignoring it. He gets his wrestling at home.
Alright, so Timothy is joining book club. Pascal, are you also joining book club?
Oh hell yes.
Aquinas is deciding. Caroline, are you joining any clubs?
I would be, but I'm not sure. I can't decide what she's gonna join.
Oh, you got some time. It's not like you have to do it immediately. RJ?
I think RJ likes poetry.
Poetry club? I dig it.
To suit his
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
His tender soul.
That or flower arrangement. I can't decide which one.
Hell yeah!
I like it.
Nice. Okay. And Shinji?
Shinji was gonna pick wrestling club if Ripjaw was gonna be in wrestling club, but since he's not, Shinji's gonna do swim club because he didn't do so good on the swimming challenge. He wants to get better in the water.
Nice.
You know
Ripjaw
what?
might be allowed to join the wrestling club at a later date. So it
it
depends on how
Keep your
often they
grades
meet.
up.
It's one
I
of
think-
those, if you keep calm, maybe.
I was half expecting Shinji to join the book club and just be the rowdy member of the book club.
Yes.
I think that if
Trout
Aquinas was to
things.
see Shinji wanting to get better at swimming, I think she would join and to be able to help. And probably hone her skills too, but
Yeah.
that
Swim
and the
club
weightlifting.
buddies.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
I think those are.
Hey,
If we can do two.
none of them wanted to join the D&D club.
Well, maybe later.
Or in
I gotta
this
get
or in this
buff, man.
particular case, it would just be the RPG club.
D&D trademark.
Well, more because there's better ones. RJ's like, yes.
I mean, we're playing one right now.
Oh, snap.
Inception! I just threw my controller. Did you see it slip in my
Okay, so does anybody want to do anything else for the remainder of today? Or what all are you doing, I should say? Like, are you all just gonna head home after you do your clubs?
Yeah.
Do I live on campus?
No, surprisingly.
Where do I live?
Does that say
Virus.
yes?
Sorry to interrupt. What I want Caroline to go for to help to join the student council if she can.
Yeah, you can attempt to join the student council.
Yeah. I just realized I don't think she's gonna do too much club because like she wants to join at least one after school program and then just have enough time to get back home because her little sister is clingy.
Fair.
If the book club and the wrestling club meet on different dates, Timothy promises Ripjaw he will go check it.
No.
You will find out at a different time because you have to go through all the process of like getting signed up for the club initially anyway.
Pretty sure the wrestling club would like a 9-foot-tall gator man.
Probably.
He'd be in the super heavyweight category.
Super duper heavyweight. It's only like you and like one other guy.
Yeah, we'll be like,
I'm ready for the Ripjaw Ultimate Muscle spinoff.
Jesus Christ.
Ultimate Ripjaw! Ultimate Ripjaw!
I love it.
But okay. So you've got your various clubs sorted and figured out. You're heading home. Pretty normal on the way home. Oh yes, and Aquinas, to answer your question, you're basically like exchange student, so you're staying with like foster family.
Okay, cool. I like it. I dig it.
We'll just do Shinji's house for the evening.
Look at the big bear.
Get to kind of see her mom. Her mom's
Sweet.
just, how was your day?
My day was great, Mom. It was awesome, and like, there was an obstacle course, and I nailed it, Mom. I nailed it. Except for swimming. But I'm joining the swimming club so I can get better at swimming. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be the best superhero punk you've ever seen.
I do hope that you grow out of this at some point, but for now, I'm happy that you're happy.
Thanks, Mom.
We'll have to teach you the family business at some point. Or I should say more of the family business at some point. Maybe then you'll grow out.
Sure thing. Wherever you feel like it.
Kind of like gives you, or has like a nice meal prepared and is setting it down in front of you. Bring, bring. Yeah. I'll be right there. Well, speaking of business, I have to go take care of some. You have a nice day, sweetie.
All right, Mom. Give him hell.
Always.
I feel this is the part where the scene cuts to them in like a mob-filled like building.
Like some poor dude's getting curb stomped or something, and like
Shinji's mom just appears and just takes him out like it's nothing.
Give them hell always. Cock shotgun.
You know what that means? Werewolf Jesus? Werewolf Jesus.
It also puts a much darker spin though on the can't wait till you grow out of this and get into the family business.
All right. Next day, school.
Dun.
Dawn of the second day.
Oh god, 72 hours remain?
Oh no!
Not the moon.
Not the moon!
With the moon getting closer, I get trouble.
Oh. So yes, you all arrive back at the campus. It's another nice day. Surprisingly, you can actually see some of the sky. The smog lifted a little bit.
Timothy is, of course, hauling the same backpack, but now he's hauling books in his arms now. He took nothing out. He's just hauling more now.
From one of the faculty buildings, you can kind of see it. Like the cat face is still just smushed up against the glass, just staring at all of them.
I looked up at a bad time. Sorry.
Was it the worst time or the best time?
It's kind of funny because almost like in a wave, because there's a few other students like coming in, some ones that you don't even recognize from your class, obviously, going throughout the various areas, but like almost in like waves, you see a bunch of people like looking at their sides, and some of them seem to kind of just like roll their eyes and like go about their business and just worry about it, including like as the wave keeps coming forward, you're kind of like, and sure enough, just on each of your sides, just in succession.
We've had this happen to us before, right? We
Yeah.
recognize this, yeah. So Shinji immediately takes its candy, right?
Out of
Takes
the
candy
pocket.
out of his pocket, immediately eats it.
Thank you, Magic
That's
Pocket.
cool.
I appreciate the offering.
The cat is a drug
Yeah,
mule.
or do that twice.
That's effort.
Some of the ones that you can obviously tell are the upperclassmen just seem so done with this shit. They're just,
Timothy can't do anything. His arms are full. He's like,
Wow.
whoa. But he's making it.
If I see Timothy, can I offer to carry his books?
Oh.
I mean, you can definitely like offer. He's right there.
Timothy, let me help you out there, punk.
Oh, okay.
He takes the books.
Shinji,
Very
I have a question.
Sure thing.
Is punk a term of endearment for you?
It is.
I figured.
All the best people are punks.
That shit laughing that was.
Yeah,
You're a delightful lad.
Timothy's just gonna be
I
like,
you.
It's just like pausing and like, this is putting a very different spin on the Dirty Harry movies.
God damn it.
You were right there.
Yeah, because this is. I'm tired.
Oh man. Okay. So like on the way to class, like someone kind of like runs up and it's kind of the orange spike-haired kid and just like, oh hey, it's you guys. Hi, I'm Roger.
please
Sup,
don't,
Roger.
please don't
Hi,
pop up
Roger.
unexpectedly.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. I'm used to kind of being just very obvious, I guess. But yeah, how's it going? You guys were awesome yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
Especially you, and he's kind of like looking at RJ, just. Especially you, the way that you did that ball thing and just shot out the gate. Man, that was rad. Oh, also you were a 9-foot gator man. now you're not a 9.
That's
Oh, well.
Ripjaw.
That's like, you know.
Oh, your name's Ripjaw? Oh, okay. I'll try to remember that.
No.
That sounds.
I'm Timothy.
Oh.
The gator is Ripjaw. We're different people.
Oh, I get you. Man, you've already thought out the hero name way ahead of time. I'm still trying to figure out mine.
That's not a hero name. That's
Hero
just
name?
his name.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out hero names eventually. Like, we're obviously wanting to be heroes, right? Everyone they need a name to be recognizable for people. Also, you're really, really fast.
Wait,
He's
who
looking
did
at
you wanna do?
Pascal.
Which one is you?
Who?
He's looking at Pascal.
When
Oh.
he went really fast, just like looks over at our, like, oh wait,
He's giving me Chadley vibes.
yeah.
Oh, the leaders did say something about them being
Thanks.
called heroes.
I think
Timothy's going to start going like, I don't want to be late to class, and just start.
Oh yeah, we
Holding
should
his
probably
little-
go. It's almost time, isn't it? Oh man.
Archie's-
Actually, there's a great solution to this. Just cheaty face like slows down time. It's just
Well,
okay.
speeds
that's
up
a
you
cheat.
guys.
walk. Well, yeah, it's like walk and talk, but we're not gonna be late.
RJ's gonna turn to Aquinas and he's gonna be all teary-eyed. Is he making fun of us?
No.
Now, Pascal, are you actually activating the thing or no? Because you can
Yeah,
just walk
I-
and talk.
Yeah, it's walk and talk, but also we're gonna be timely.
Okay, so
We're gonna be timely.
so time link walk and talk is more like this.
So for Aquinas, you'd
Animal
actually should
Crossing.
sound normal then, not slow.
Like Aquinas would speak in a normal speed, and like everyone else is talking really fast and can't actually understand each other because there's too much information overload of like the words go
Wait,
by
this
so
is
fast that it
normal?
just sounds like Animal Crossing speech of like.
Yeah, it's like, and like at this point, Pascal's nodding. Doesn't necessarily understand a bunch of it. Sometimes does. She's sort of
Well,
used to it.
Like Roger seems to kind of like be looking really, really confused, like.
What is going on? But no, Aquinas kind of like gives RJ like a slight hug. And goes, no, he just likes us. That's all. He just thinks we're cool. I think you're cool. You're so. Oh, shit.
Like he's pointing at you, kind of like, wait a minute. Like he's pointing, and you get the look of like, wait a minute.
Just like the look, the nod, and then like
Timothy is head down walking. He is not.
You
This is
also
too
see everyone
confusing. It
else.
is
You
like-
see everyone else going by like really slow.
and just off to class. For...
So Shinji would be going this to everybody.
Like a speed bump.
yeah, we're all basically speed walking super fast past
Super
everyone.
fast. Like for every step
Timothy
that,
the whole time is just like, this is weird. This
for
is
every
weird,
step
this
that
is weird.
someone else ends up taking, you all are basically taking like 3.
Oh wow.
Oh, so my normal life day to day. Cool.
It's good. Good.
It's good.
Shinji's gonna do his best to keep up with Timothy because Shinji is holding Timothy's books.
No.
You all managed to make it to class way before anyone else.
Yeah,
Aside-
at the point where it's like dibs on seats, time slowing stuff stops.
Aside from one person. There is surprisingly one person who is already in there.
And they didn't teleport?
No.
Cheaty face.
You would guess from how prepared they look that they've been there a while.
Okay.
Is it someone you saw yesterday?
Yes, it is in fact one
Okay.
of the people who stood out yesterday. It's the one who like sank all the equipment. He's got like paper, pen, book like set up neatly on the desk and is like sitting there with like folded ready stuff.
I can respect that.
Just I am ready.
Somebody's gonna see
full
just
on-
go.
Full on
What?
Gendo at the desk.
Aquatus is gonna walk up to him.
He's also in the front row.
Oh, so you'd have to anyway. Hey, I think you're really cool yesterday. What do you do?
So Pascal, did you actually turn your thing off yet or no?
When we arrive in the actual class, I turn
Okay,
it off.
cool. I was about to say like
Possibly
this is
right
important.
at the start, and then go. It's just and it clicks off.
Anyways, you were
Can you
saying,
imagine
Aquana,
being in
sorry. I had
class
to make
slow-mo?
sure what was happening
No,
first.
you're fine. You're fine. She's gonna walk up to him and say hi and ask, or say you're really cool yesterday. What is your power? What
Oh,
is it
thanks.
that you do?
You guys
If I can
were pretty
ask.
good too.
Well, thanks. Just like Animal Crossing.
Oh, I can kind of like make ground turned into quicksand.
That is so cool! And Aquatus
Super
just starts
epic.
like babbling how cool he is.
I don't think I caught any of your names.
Oh,
I
that's
probably
silly.
should catalog that so that I can make sure that attendance is taken really easily.
I'm
Are you the
Aquatus.
class rep?
Hopefully.
Class president.
What's your name?
Vote for me.
I will. You're cool. I like you. I'm Aquatus. What's your name?
Roberto.
Roberto. I'll remember that.
Timothy.
And she just kind of wanders off, sits beside like RJ or something. Who is still trying to console him,
Next
That's-
to me.
thinking that he got made fun of.
So he kind of like flips open a notebook and is like, honest.
Whether or not he has finished crying or not, by the way. Like he could be totally fine and she's still trying to console.
And
Yeah,
who
I
are you
think
guys?
RJ is still a little sniffly, but
Good, sorry.
Timothy.
Who- Timothy?
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna
Nice.
sit in the front row, but like a desk between me and this guy. He's a little hardcore.
Nice to meet you, Timothy. I'm Roberto.
What's up? I'm Shinji.
Are you like holding out the hand?
Yeah,
kinda-
I'm doing the elbow.
Nice to meet you, Shinji. I'm Roberto. Scribble, scribble,
Hi,
scribble, scribble.
Roberto.
RJ's just gonna do a quick sniff and just RJ present.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Why? Am I not okay? Is something wrong?
No, you're fine. You
Aquatus
are
quickly comes
very
over.
fine.
Well, nice to meet you, RJ. I'm Roberto. If you need something, just let me know. I hope you're
Okay.
Okay, scribble, 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 scribble. I think
Pascal's looking at the seats now, trying to tactically take one so Armin can't sit near him. It's just okay.
I think I remember hearing your Pascal.
Yeah. Present in yeah.
And
This one. Yeah.
I think it was Caroline?
Yes. I'm Caroline.
Oh, okay. It's really nice to meet all of you. All of you were really, really,
Nice to meet
really,
you
really
too.
nice yesterday.
Nice to meet you too.
I gotta figure out a way to make this more useful for stuff like that. Oh well.
I mean, I'm just a guy who has a gator living in his head.
I mean, fair.
I mean, it is pretty cool that you don't have to beat people up. You can just contain them by drowning them in sand.
That suddenly sounded a lot less heroic.
Maybe you could keep their heads above the sand and not have them drown. There we go. I've heard quicksand is like almost impossible to get out of, actually. That's pretty impressive.
Thanks. As you're doing that, like a couple other students come in, and he kind of like jumps up and like, more students. Okay, I should probably take attendance so that he doesn't have to do that when we get here. Okay, nice meeting, talking to you. Thanks, bye. A little bit of time passes. All the rest of the students come in. This time, instead of just randomly appearing as soon as the bell rings and like class is supposed to start, the teacher actually walks through the door.
Like he
It is
just
still our
faces through
muscle
it?
bound.
No, he opens the door and
Okay.
like walks in like a normal person.
Ah.
Is something wrong? Is he okay? Does he look okay?
Are you actually asking?
Yes!
RJ is
he
just
okay?
meerkatting in his desk. Just
It was brought to my attention by the principal that I should probably stop enter more normally because it was unsettling some of you. How anyone could be unsettled by the glory that is Dio, I do not understand. He just flexes.
I spook easy.
that is a flex that I can hear.
I can feel it. Like,
Yeah, it's
I
like
feel the
glancing
radiation.
over to Shinji when he flexes, like, I think he's okay.
But yes, today we will be starting our sparring training. Now, as you may have known, with the current situation of how the world is turning, the prevalence of individual hero work is becoming a lot lower. So instead, we'll be doing team-based engagements. Go and get changed into your costumes and meet me out in subsection G. And then he just disappears.
Yay, we get to show each other our costumes!
You.
woohoo!
I don't really have one.
You kind of
Then
do.
again, technically, Ripjaw is a costume. No, Ripjaw, I don't mean no. Stop with the yelling.
Stop with the yelling.
Stop. Yes, we'll wear the. Yes, you'll get to show it off. No, just. And he's just gonna start going.
I hope the outfit thing is what he's showing off and not,
Hopefully.
yeah. I'm just gonna like opens the backpack that should have books in it and just has snacks, and he just starts stress eating. He's like, yeah, I don't have a costume figured out. I didn't figure this out. I'm gonna just stress eat.
feel
Fine.
They did it, or you had it ordered before you got to the place. Don't
Oh,
worry.
it's fine. I'm just like, what would even a costume for me?
What would I
No.
don't even know. What would I even do? Oh my god, I didn't even think about it
Yeah,
yet.
I just like snacking and eating right now, and just being like, this is the worst.
I didn't even think about it.
Let's say also the walls just kind of like, or one of the walls just kind of pops open like cabinets that have all the suits that you sent request work in for.
I'm excited.
We can always do the descriptions for that later, and we'll just get you your assigned groups this
Ooh,
particular session. That way you can all just start with cool, nifty pseudo descriptions. Since we're running out of time, and suit description would take a while.
Yeah, because I
Wait
have
for
to
suit
pick up
descriptions
stuff I
though.
Yee! But yes, you all change into the suits. You go down to subsection G, which seems to be kind of like a outdoorsy kind of area. Like, it just seems like straight up a forest. Now.
I would have shifted into Ripjaw on the way.
Yeah. We've randomized your teams.
Oh lord.
And it ended up here. And he's kind of like handing out all the assignments. Timothy, Caroline, and Aquinas are paired up with Armand and Julie, we haven't seen yet, really. And Pascal, Shinji, and RJ.
Oh my god.
You are paired up with Jessica and Liam.
Hell yeah, Team Rabbit.
Armin and Julie?
Yep.
And so this is a group of 5.
Yep, groups of 5.
Okay.
5 on 5.
Cool.
One team will be a villain,
Ooh.
Oh no.
and one
I
team will be
thought-
the hero.
Oh no.
Villain team is going to be the one with Armand.
Team
That
Rabbit!
was
Yeah!
Oh boy.
that was an out of character.
Shinji! Oh, we going!
Character
We
laugh.
going!
Have
We
the
going.
Actually, Rochelle's gonna look down at Shinji and go, "Oh, it's on!"
We saw.
Oh, I'm sorry. We need appropriate. It's on.
I'm
Oh
just
my God.
picturing like a bunch of them looking hyped, like, oh yeah, and then it's just like Pascal realizing, glancing over at Armin, and just being like, Mm-mm.
Oh, this is gonna be exciting.
Also, Rochelle's gonna look at Pascal and go, "Just keep in mind, you're stuck in any of that time stuff with me.
What is this, prison?
I've got big gator smile, like."
That's entirely
Oh my
fine.
God.
I mean, I thought about having
So-
a
So, like, legitimately, so we'll just do this. Because you guys are having the, like, throwdown of the century. We'll just,
oh yeah!
we'll introduce your, 2 teammates for each side, just so you know. So you already know Armand, which his costume is something we'll talk about next time for sure, but you know Armand, and Julie is kind of just, she seems to kind of be spacing out when, like, they got handed out, and like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be with you guys? Oh, hi.
No.
Cute.
She kind of has
Look
like,
down.
she kind of has like horns going on. And
Like
you
horns
guys.
going towards the back?
Yeah, like horns pointed backwards.
Oh, interesting.
And Shinji, RJ, and Pascal, you meet Jessica, who she was doing some stuff during the like fitness test stuff, but it wasn't anything like particularly amazing. It didn't seem to really be helping her too much. But you did notice, like, Pascal, you probably would have noticed at least when you were like busy recovering from speed demoning.
Fair.
She can kind of make the ground rotate.
What?
Okay.
So oddly specific.
And Liam kind of like comes over and hi.
Hi, I'm
Hey.
Shinji. I can make my shins extend almost infinitely.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great. The most important thing to note about this, like, costume-wise, it'll go more in-depth next time, but they seem to just have, like, almost greenhouse bubbles in their suit that have plants in it. Like little
Are the
succulents.
Part of this person?
Huh?
Are they like connected? Are they?
They just seem like in the suit. They don't seem like connected to them.
Fabric. That's so cool. I would have that.
But yeah, that is end of episode 1. So, we're gonna go around
We're
the
villains, Jill.
we're gonna go around the table and let you guys pimp out whatever you want to pimp out, where they can find you, etc., 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 etc. Starting with Clay.
Basically search terminally nerdy on Google. You'll find me.
See,
I mean, that's really it.
he is king of branding.
Alright.
He is Dio branding.
It's my turn.
Yes.
Hello everyone. I am Music Combat. You can see my @ right underneath my little dealio.
Hopefully, it's actually readable.
Yes. And I'm also here on Twitch. I stream sometimes. I've been taking a little break from streaming, but if you want to see me stream someday again, I am twitch.tv/MK is the best. All one thing, all together. I've been streaming some Half-Life Alyx, and hopefully when all of this mysterious stuff in the world ends, I'll be streaming again weekly with my brother. So yeah, if you want to see what's up, come on by.
It's amazing. Go check it out. Serious. Be fun.
Oh.
Grum. Caroline.
Hey, I'm Grum. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
She does amazing art, by the way.
She does.
Incredible art.
She has a really cool, like,
Go-
little comic book thingy web show. It's
Go
awesome.
to that Twitter
Incredible.
handle. Check out her art. Guanzon.
Oh yeah, I'm Guanzon. My Twitter handle's right there. I normally just yell about game design stuff on Twitter, and that's about it.
And fighting game stuff.
And fighting game stuff. Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Play KI.
Like AI. I need to pick up KI.
Mm.
And then cry when I'm really miserably bad at it.
Oh, it's so good.
KI.
You'll be fine.
Killer Instinct.
Oh, the last time I played that was when it was an SNES thing.
It's so much more interesting now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Harley.
All right, hi, I'm Arlie. There's like a Twitter down below, which you'll probably just see me ramble about indie gaming stuff and sometimes TTRPG stuff because that's what I do. There's also a YouTube. You can find it under Crit Hit Entertainment. I think it's just www.youtube.com/c/crit-hit on YouTube. But hey, I also stream the games that I end up recording because I stream them and then write reviews for them, and then sometimes interview the devs and end up talking to them about like not just dev stuff, but like also bread. There was one of them I ended up like talking about bread recipes with because that was like all his Twitter for a while. It was a thing.
Neat.
Yeah.
He is also a good stream. Good stream. Go watch. Go watch.
Aw.
And last but not least, Shell.
Hi. So I'm on Twitter a lot. I share a lot of my Animal Crossing and stuff, and I also post when I go live, which hopefully will be tomorrow. I've moved back to Twitch. I've been on Mixer for a while, but I decided to come back to Twitch because reasons we're not going to go into. I do games. I like to do a lot of chill games. Sometimes I'll do more like, I'll be playing Modern Warfare soon, so it's fun. But I try to chill, have fun. But yeah, you can find everything on Twitter, but Shellbutt with the underscore between the T's. So
Awesome. Well, that will conclude episode 1 of UHLA. Hopefully everybody had a good time. Hopefully everybody watching had a good time. And we'll be back the first Saturday of each month. Weird timing, but it's what we got to get this awesome group together.
Hooray!
Just make it
Plus
all
Ultra!
I would not want to do it without any single one of them. So that is why we're doing it very sparsely. All right.
Plus Ultra, indeed.
Plus Ultra. Speaking of, let's see if we can do that in sync, maybe. It'd probably be awful. And that's what we're going to try to end it on. 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Plus Ultra!
Ultra!